Yeah. Let's get it popping. Yeah. 3 Kings Boxing is in the building. We in these streets.
In these streets.
Man. What's good, bro?
Do you want me to really answer that?
No, because you be having them long, drawn-out ass answers, nigga. We be on this motherfucker 40 minutes, ain't talking no boxing.
You never ask an old motherfucker what's good, dog. He always got a story for you when you ask him that question.
Word up. Denise Wards. Oh, shit, I'm about to say her name. All fucked up. Hold on. Denise Wards is in the building.
Mama Denise.
Mama Denise. Julio Ortega's in the building.
Julio Ortega.
Julio Ortega. Oh, shit. Nigga, I'm already thirsty. We ain't even done nothing yet.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Man, y'all already know. Y'all see the images. Y'all know what it is, man. We about to get in somebody's ass. No homo. I done this too many times, man. Tim Bradley got to be tired of this shit, bro.
Man, listen, dog.
Yo, I'm just saying, bro. It's been too many times, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving this nigga verbal enemas. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, bro. All right, man. Pre-show fuckery. Y'all already know how we do, man. Now, this shit was funny as fuck. It's gone around, but not everybody has seen it. And it don't got no sound, so you got to pay attention to the screen. But check this shit out, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Look at my nigga right here.
Oh, yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Who is that? Who is that? Is that?
I don't know who that is.
Favas?
Fayaz? Fayaz. It's gotta be Fayaz.
Yeah. See, he one of them fighters I need to interview because you remember when I be asking him, yo, man, do you take a peek at the motherfuckers? I always ask him that. They be like, I be focused. All right, motherfucker. You be that motherfucker right there. Not only he take a peek, this motherfucker, he wanted to shed a peek. Coach.
Bro, I'm looking at it. I'm like, but Bo, what is he looking at though? That's a white booty. You know, look at that shit. That shit flatter than a motherfucking board, nigga.
Hey, man, listen, when you in the heat of battle and you ain't had none in them 6 weeks, dog.
Hey, 12. If he had a full training camp, 12 weeks.
Yeah, 12 weeks,
you know
man.
What I'm
Dude, tell you something, man, the crack of dawn ain't safe around you, shit.
But look, man, like, I'm just saying, man, nigga, I can iron my shirt on that ass, bro. That's how flat that motherfucker is. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
nigga, fuck a, look, bro. If I'm preparing a meal for myself, fuck a cutting board, nigga. I'll just go throw her ass on the counter, nigga. Chop my shit up. Hey, baby, why don't you lay on your stomach for me? I need to chop this chicken up real quick, baby.
I am my stomach. Oh, shit, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? That's what got me. I'm like, I get it. You know, it's fucked up because the trainer's like, yeah, man, you don't shit got me and you move your head. You don't shit go out there, pump the jab, nigga, keep him off you, dog. You don't shit. He like, hold on, coach, hold on. I hear what you saying, but do you see that ass, nigga?
Right. And the coach, I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, man, if you win, that's you, nigga. That's all you, nigga, if you win, nigga.
Yeah, that's what he should have said, yeah. That's what he should have said.
That's all win if you, nigga. I mean, you know, I can't hit nothing that flat, man, but they, nigga.
Look,
you know, you're a little nigga,
that,
122, 130, you's a little nigga, man. You can handle that little bitty booty.
Hell, you know what? You just put something in perspective. He was a little nigga. Maybe that ass is right for his size. You know what I'm saying? Me, nigga, I fuck around, step on the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, baby, I thought you was a carpet. My bad, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, look, she be in the bed laying on her stomach, nigga. I get in the bed, just lay right on top of her. I wouldn't know the difference between her and the mattress. You know, I lay right on top of the bitch, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, a motherfucker like me be like, all right, that's nice. Now shake that shit in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Yeah, go make me. Shit. Yeah, exactly. Go find me one with a bigger ass than yours. How about that?
Right. Hell yeah. Make 3 steaks. You eat 2 of them and give me 1.
Oh, shit. What's good, Jordan C. A Penny in the building? People got to get used to the new time, man. But look, man, you know, the likes is going up. I like that, man. That's what's up, man. Y'all go in here. As soon as y'all come here and hit that like button, y'all already know this podcast is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? The best podcast on YouTube. Y'all already know that, man. We bring entertainment, boxing knowledge. We educate niggas. We bring it all, B. None of that. If you have dry eyes or these whack-ass niggas that are so fucking focused on trying to be the best boxing enthusiasts they can that they ain't got no entertainment, they can't make y'all laugh. We got all of that. So hit that like button as y'all come in, man. That's what's up.
Hit the ballistics, G. Hit the like button, cool.
Yeah. Oh, hell no. All right, man. As y'all know, the disclaimer, if you got a problem with anything we say, and we gonna say some shit motherfuckers gonna have a problem with in this one, y'all can always come see me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where I be at. Your local fight. Your local big fight. If you got whack niggas fighting in your city, niggas with 10 and 72 records, I ain't going to that shit.
Well, that's when the lower level seniority niggas show up.
Yeah. My nigga Cheetah Head be going to that.
Yeah. Corey and shit. Yeah, the lower seniority niggas go to that. They go to that. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, bro. You started that shit, nigga. You started that shit, bro. All right, man. Let's jump in it. We in these streets. And apparently so is Andy Ruiz, bro. But he's out here in these streets perpetrating like a motherfucker, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. You know what? I take that back. He ain't perpetrating. Andy Ruiz is doing what he's supposed to do. Yep. He's selling a fight. Yes, sir. Okay? Now, this rematch, you don't really have to sell that much, right? Because it has a backstory behind it that a lot of people are going to be interested in. You see what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, the undefeated heavyweight king at that time. 3 of the 4 belts wrapped around his waist, arms, shoulders, chest, whatever, right? He was 22-0 with 21 knockouts. Only one motherfucker went the distance, and that was Joseph Parker. Nobody else went the distance. And he actually fought some very good fighters. You know what I'm saying? Decent fighters that the heavyweight division had to offer. You know what I'm saying? So then he comes over. First fight in America, his American debut. He gets knocked the fuck out in the 7th round by an unlikely opponent, right? An unlikely opponent, as you see on the screen, is highly overweight. You know what I'm saying? An unlikely, highly overweight opponent that had just fought 3 months prior. Motherfucker didn't even get a full training camp for this fight. You see what I'm saying? So the storyline is there. Everybody wants to see if it's a fluke. Was it a fluke win? Or does Andy Ruiz just have Anthony Joshua's number? You know what I'm saying? So the storyline's already there, but you can't oversell something in terms of the fight, right? You can over-marinate a fight, but you can't oversell a fight. You see what I'm saying? See, boxing fans are fickle. One moment, they're like, man, fuck it, I'm done. Next minute, they love the guy. You see what I'm saying? So the fans having that finicky disposition, right? You can't oversell a fight. You see what I'm saying? So having Andy Ruiz out here in these streets the way that he's been out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying? Having him out here, yeah, we're going to have a fight in Mexico. Nigga, I ain't going no place else unless the shit is in Mexico. Who? Anthony who? Who the fuck is Anthony? Oh, the nigga I knocked out just recently? That nigga ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker ain't no goddamn, he ain't got no power. Nigga, I'm the godfather now in this bitch. I say where we gonna fight. Then Saudi Arabia gets announced. It's like, well, hold up, Anthony. I thought you was gonna pick where everybody was gonna fight at, nigga. Nigga, Andy Ruiz is out here picking where Deontay Wilder Ortiz is gonna fight and shit. Nigga said,
oh man.
Come on, man. We going to Mexico, nigga. Nigga, and while I'm at it, I got so much clout in this bitch. Wilder gonna fight Ortiz in Italy, nigga. Yeah, I said it, nigga. Italy. You know, I'm like, hey, slow down, bro. Weed, you tripping, B. You know what I'm saying? But they announced the fight. And now the narrative is, well, he never signed anything to face Joshua in Saudi Arabia. That is the narrative now. Everyone is saying, well, I guess he did sign either a new contract or he did sign a new agreement, whatever you want to call it, in order to have the venue in Saudi Arabia. Also, and I'm about to turn it over to you, also, there's a couple of things that he's got to consider, right? He's trying to play the game like, oh, nigga, I didn't sign on to this. You got his his trainer, Manny Robles. He's in the media saying, you ain't heard nothing from Andy Ruiz, right? You heard everything from their side, but you heard nothing from our side. There's a reason for that. But then in the same fucking interview, he says, if the fight's in Saudi Arabia, well, we gonna do what we gotta do and go to Saudi Arabia. Bo, these niggas need PR people, Bo. See, a smart nigga such as myself, you can't say certain things and it go by me unnoticed. Mm-hmm. When you say, if it's got to be in Saudi Arabia, then we gonna go to Saudi Arabia. Then you just told me indirectly that you don't have the power to say where the fight is gonna be at. I already knew that anyway, right? Because it would have been dumb as fuck for Eddie Hearn not to have something like that in the contract. And the fact that they just came out and announced Saudi Arabia. They said, I don't know, Andy Ruiz somewhere. We don't give a fuck. But the fight is December 7th in Saudi Arabia. That nigga will figure out where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they came out and did this shit, right, tells me that A, they never really had that clout that Andy Ruiz said they had. And B, the ball was always in Anthony Joshua's court. And Eddie Hearn might not have been bullshitting when he said, yeah, we're going back and forth from Madison Square Garden, Cardiff, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know where Anthony Joshua wants it. Maybe he wasn't bullshitting then. You see what I'm saying? So what do you think about this shit, man? If Andy Ruiz, let's say he denies the fight, right? He says, fuck it, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. Too much money to have my family go over there. American fans might not be there. Fuck that. It's dumb, right?
Threat level?
Right. Threat level is level 2, which is the same as Mexico, right?
No. That threat level is level 3.
Mexico's 3 now? I saw 2.
No. I mean, Saudi Arabia threat level is 3.
When did it go to 3? It was 2 yesterday.
Oh, okay, because I know it was 3 earlier in the year.
No, it's 2 yesterday. So it's the same as Mexico, level 2 out of 4. All right, which is just increased caution. That's it. It's nothing serious. It's like orange. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if he continues to say, I'm not gonna fight Anthony Joshua, and this is what I told you guys on earlier podcasts, right? He can get hit with litigation because he signed a contract that stated he had to adhere to a rematch clause. Whether y'all want to believe he signed a contract to say, you know, where Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua got to say where the rematch is going to be at, whether that stipulation wasn't in the contract or not, the stipulation that was that he had to adhere to an immediate rematch. There was a rematch clause. If he says, I'm not fighting him, he can get hit with litigation that states you can't fight anybody next unless you face Anthony Joshua first. And Team Joshua will win the lawsuit because it's in the contract. Where have we seen this before? Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman. All right? Hasim Rahman got that lucky-ass knockout, and that nigga tried to be like, oh, no, I ain't trying to fight that nigga. Nope. I want to go fight Bobo Jones, you know, defend my title. Lennox Lewis was like, nah, nigga, there's a rematch clause. You got to get knocked out by me. You got to fight me. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Basically, Lennox was like, fuck that. I'm not letting no regular nigga go take my title. You got to give me my title back, right? So it's the same scenario here. So what do you think about this shit, Bo? You got, you know, the posturing that they're doing, talking about all this, venue here, venue there, the clout that Andy Ruiz, this invisible clout, in my opinion, that he perpetrated, or at least he propagandized in the media as having. And then, of course, you got the litigation, man. What do you think about all this shit, bro?
I think this shit has become my new favorite drama show to watch. That's what the fuck.
Yeah, the fat and the restless. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious.
3 belts, a big man, and a promoter.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Man, listen, man. Here's the reality of it, right? At some point, or whatever it was, even in the midst of selling the fight, I think there is a part of Andy Ruiz that felt that he had some type of clout. I think he thought, like a lot of people thought, that those belts was leverage for him, right? Now, the thing that Andy Ruiz could possibly try to do is see if one of the organizations would adhere to him holding that belt and doing a unification with Wilder and drop the other two, and then try to use the whole, hey man, that threat level and Saudi terrorists and all, all of that unsafe and all of that stuff. Yep. He could try that, depending on where they hold. Now, this is what's tricky. It's going to depend on if he tries it, where they hold the lawsuit. Because if he tries it and they hold the lawsuit, and let's say they file for the lawsuit in the United Kingdom, right, where if they were drawn up there, he ain't got a chance in hell of winning. But if they try to do it here in the U.S., Eddie might have to be like, we might not win that motherfucker. So we may have to take the 2 belts. But listen, man, at the end of the day, the problem that you have right here is at no point in time, somebody, like for me as a promoter, I would have let it been known off the jump street if anybody would have told me. Or Andy Ruiz said, hey, I don't care what he said. I'm telling you, we have the power. We have charge. The fact that you let that other team allow this dude to carry on the way he did gave the perception that, okay, maybe there is some type of, something that he has there, some type of wiggle room or something that he may have there. Using the belt as leverage is something every fighter does. Every fighter uses the belt to leverage, right? But if he did sign a contract saying that you have to immediately rematch me, and in that contract, it also stated, and he didn't read it, that, and if you win, and we want the rematch, we get to pick where the location of the rematch is. See, those are things that are normally not in contracts. But if that was in that contract, then shit, man, and I'm sorry, man, if Andy Ruiz signed that contract, Andy Ruiz is pretty much stuck and fucked. Like, listen, Andy Ruiz is a stuffed turkey on fucking Thanksgiving dinner in November in a black family house with no chitlins.
Well, he's like that anyway.
Well, yeah.
I thought you was just describing him in general, nigga. Shit.
Right. So the fuckery with him saying what he was saying, I don't mind that. And then I think me and you talked about that. We said, man, the key is Anthony Joshua ain't saying shit. And there's a reason why he ain't saying nothing. Now, is there a reason why Andy Ruiz, because I noticed there was some type of press conference, I guess, whatever, to announce it. And neither fighter was at that press conference. So it kind of makes me wonder, man, is this a surprise to both of these dudes? Because I haven't seen nothing on social media from Anthony Joshua, and I ain't seen nothing on social media from Andy Ruiz, especially Anthony Joshua. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, man, is this a shock kind of to both dudes? Is this something that just came out of left field? But for me, the biggest thing that upsets me is if at the end of the day, your goal was to try to drum. See, this is why people get upset with Eddie Hearns. And it's kind of the same reason why you kind of get upset with Bob Arum. If you're trying to tell me your goal is to drum up enough American interest, then how the fuck do you make a fight in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Like, we would have tolerated the UK. We would have been all right with it. Like, I personally would have tolerated the UK. I'm like, all right, well, he wants to take it back home. Okay, fine. I'd have tolerated the UK. But Saudi fucking Arabia?
Don't make no sense.
None. And when I'm thinking about Saudi Arabia, I'm like, the only person that could benefit from this is Eddie fucking Hearn. That's the only motherfucker. It's kind of like that thing that Bob Arum made when he had Manny Pacquiao fight in Macau, because there was some type of money he was probably going to get on the back end. Because HBO was like, man, we don't want him to go to no fucking Macau. I'm going to Macau. We don't want to go.
He fought Brandon Rios out there, too. Right.
Like,
yeah, that didn't make no sense.
They like, man, we don't want to fight no goddamn Macau. I want to fight Macau. Yeah, you probably getting some goddamn under the table money, motherfucker. That's why you want to go to Macau. Yeah. And that's the same thing here, man. That's the only thing that's piss bugging me is like, how do you tell us it's to drum up American interest? It's to prove that on a global scale, Anthony Joshua's a bigger star than the guy who you've been talking about, Deon. And that's one dude who is actually benefiting from all this right now is Deontay Wilder. He's benefiting tremendously from this right here because why? Eddie Hearns just proved the point that a lot of cats have been saying about him, which is, hey, man, Eddie Hearns is a liar. And then if you look at it, you can also make the case you can make the case, hey, Deontay Wilder and them was right about the $50 million offer, about the blockage and all that, about the 15 million and all that old bullshit. Why? Because you told us you wanted to drum up American interest, but yet, motherfucker, you took the fight to Saudi Arabia. At least Bob Arum's kept the fight here in the U.S. Now he picked the motherfucker we don't know, but at least he kept the fight right here.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? You went all the way out of left field. So that's the only thing. And like I'm going to say it one more time, the only thing that can possibly save Andy Ruiz, if one of the sanctioned organ bodies adheres to him saying, hey, man, we don't particularly, like the Saudi Arabia, we think it's a danger, whatever. They try to go that way, threat assessment, whatever. And they say, okay, well, we'll only ride with you if you do a unification matchup with Deontay Wilder. And that's his only course of action because if you try to go to court knowing that you have a fight in Saudi Arabia, that could kill that deal. It's almost September. Courts, somebody tell me, I've never known a court to be, rather expedient. Now, when you got money, it might be different. But it puts a lot of shit in the balance as far as if you go to court, it puts in balance the training camp. It puts in balance the focus. It puts in balance the promotion because there's a lot of uncertainty that will be wrapped around this if you have to go to court. That would be the only course of action that I can think he could try to take, only to lose or to possibly try to gain some type of win. But at the end of the day, man, this shit is, this shit hurts my head just thinking about it. I mean, it's funny and entertaining. But it's one of the things that make you just look at your screen like.
I'm not entertained, Bo. I'm not, brother. I'm not fucking entertained, man. Listen, man, cause we're covering this. We have to cover this, right? This is what we do as media.
That's true.
I get tired of having to edit article after article after article about. I'm telling you, bro, the venue's going here.
Oh, wait a minute, I gotta say so. We be in the chat. He be like, hey man, that need to be updated. Like I just sent it in. I know, there's been a change.
Yeah, bro, like every goddamn article. And that's what my man Cheetah had. If he ever come in the building, he said, man, look, man, he was watching a bunch of Eddie Hearn videos today, looking at what to report on and stuff like that. And he was like, man, shit, I'm feeling like if I report on something, I'm gonna have to do another fucking update article right after that. This has been a ridiculous debacle. You know what I'm saying? A saga that didn't need to turn into a fucking saga. The saga was, where's the venue? You know what I'm saying? Man, get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. Listen, man. Nobody was actually more intrigued by this whole marination of where the venue is going to be at. Nobody came to the fray and said, you know what? By golly, they can't figure out what a venue is. I'm really interested now. Nobody did that. Not one motherfucker was like, damn, this venue battle is really piquing my interest. I really want to see the fight now because they don't know where the fight's going to be at. Nobody did this. So what was the fucking point? You know what I'm saying? Both parties knew where the goddamn, who had control of what. So what was the fucking point? It was getting on my nerves. Real talk. And when they finally said Saudi Arabia, I didn't like the venue because, look, we're trying to cover that fight. I ain't paying to go to no fucking Saudi Arabia, and I'm not paying for none of my staff to go to Saudi Arabia. Niggas gonna be like, damn, 3 Kings boxing cheap. Yup. Yup.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right. Ain't paying to go to no fucking Saudi Arabia. And you know what it is.
Right down the block from his house and tell us I'm going to Saudi Arabia. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they've had 3 fights here this year. They're getting ready to have Usyk over there in October in Chicago again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, we could go anywhere in America. Shit, we might even hop over to the UK. But Saudi Arabia, nigga, fuck that. You know, I'm thinking about my man Juan Francisco Estrada and Willie Beeman. No, I ain't get it wrong. His name Willie Beeman. I'm thinking about that shit in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is they don't give you your goddamn credentials until like what, 3 weeks out? So we got to find a package first to get to Saudi Arabia. We trying to get the best price. Well, the best time to do that is like 2 months in advance. And that's not just media. That's for the fans as well. Now, media gets like all these discounts and shit. But when it comes to Saudi Arabia, I doubt we will get any type of discount that pretty much ruffles my feathers. Oh, hey, that's a nice discount. All right, Bo, I'll pay the $18 million for you to go to Saudi Arabia. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Look, my man Dump Truck Trapper, he says Saudi Arabia equals no smoking, no drinking, no half-naked women, prices are high equals what the fuck? What an equation.
Well, hold on, wait a minute. Listen, this is what bothers me about it being in Saudi Arabia. Motherfucker, where do I get my fried chicken? Motherfucker, what?
Nigga, you get that fried curry.
Yeah, like, where do I get my fried chicken? Where do I get my burger? Where do I get my cheese fries? Like
they got them, but it ain't the same, obviously, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I mean, damn, man, where do I get my gyro, my Italian beef, my Polish sausage?
Yeah, we got one beta male in the building. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There's always one beta male every show. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Hey, beta male, won't you come in the chat and talk to me, man? Let me know who you are, bro, so I can get in that ass. No homo. Hey, look, my man Aspects Revenge, he said Saudi got them all but the KFC, etc. is spicy. They got that curry chicken, bro. Look, bro. It's a curry's a dish. They're gonna have all them spices and shit all over your chicken, man. You're gonna be smelling like a sweaty nigga after you eat that shit, bro. That's what. That's why. Look, I work with nothing but Indians, bro. A bunch of Indians around me, man. I don't eat nothing they bring, bro. I don't eat none of it, man. None of it, man. So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, he said, I seen you call it last week. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Man. 2K the Prodigy, man. That's my name, bro. This is my channel. 3 Kings Boxing is my website, man. Welcome to the show, bro. I think this is your first time on. I believe. I don't remember seeing you in the comment section last time, but welcome to the show if it is. All right, man. Let me go in the chat, man. We got some people in. Virtuoso in the building. Who else is in the building? Dump Truck Trapping. I already named him. My man Jeff Boxing is in the building. That's what's good. Heisenberg is in the building. Eric R is in the building. He said, I like Willie Beeman. Willie Beeman.
Inflate your checks with metrics.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Oh, my goodness. That movie is a classic, bro. Jordan Ciappini says, what did Ruiz take home after the first fight? The belts. That's it.
That's it.
Right. Maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe he's saying that him taking home those belts should give him the leverage, more leverage in the negotiations than Anthony Joshua. And I'm not saying he's saying that, but maybe that's what he means. I'm going to go on that talking point. A lot of people are saying that. It's not true. Just because he's champion does not give him leverage. Because he signed a contract that said, hey, there's a rematch clause. You see what I'm saying? So as long as that contract is active, right, he has no leverage. He doesn't have, or let me say this, he doesn't have the leverage that y'all think he has. And that was the whole point of doing this segment.
If you think of Hakeem Rodman and Lennox Lewis, that was the same situation.
Well, I don't like saying exact same. It was exactly the same. It was exactly the situation. Absolutely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Rodman had no leverage. None.
Yeah, he tried to gain leverage. He tried
because he signed that contract.
He tried to gain leverage. He tried to. I mean, the thing is this, man. Management is responsible, but at the same time, it's a situation where if it's an opportunity of a lifetime, you go for it. Yeah. 2 beta males in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the same beta male. He signed in with his ghost account.
Oh, yeah. Hey, 2 beta males, man. Come holler at me, man.
Yeah, I mean, the phone number's at the top of the screen. What the fuck?
Call in, betas.
Call in.
Nah, but
you know what this is like?
Go ahead.
You know what this is like? It's like you and your wife having an argument. You're like, fuck you. I don't want to be with you no more. Fuck you. I don't want to be with you no more either. And then guess what? You win the lottery for $100 million. And she like, all right, I won't have. I ain't got to give you half, motherfucker. We go to court. You don't got a leg to stand on, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I didn't sign no prenup. Ain't no prenup there. But you cheated. Some states is no fault state, nigga. Give me my half.
Yep. So my man Guy Klashengo said Ruiz's leverage, I assumed, is threatening to drop the belts or refuse to go to Saudi Arabia. If he refuses to go to Saudi Arabia, then he refuses the rematch. Because Eddie Hearn ain't having that shit nowhere else. Unless he can get Eddie Hearn to renege on that, and then they move the venue to another spot. But he's already putting his money into that. And he's already getting his money out of it. So I doubt they move the venue. So at that same point, with the venue not being moved, he's denying the rematch. If he denies the rematch, he gets hit with litigation. The same litigation Hakeem Rahman got hit with by Lennox Lewis, right? Yeah. If he drops the belts, guess what? There's a rematch clause. Guess who gets those belts? Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua can fight anybody as long as the organizations approve of it and the belts will be on the line. And to prove that point, that's what they did when he fought Vladimir Klitschko.
Yep, exactly. So Andy Ruiz is in a lose-lose situation here. The only thing he could do is try to petition to the court and say, yeah, man, Saudi Arabia level 2, man. Shit, man, hey, judge, come here, man. Come here, dog, come here. I heard niggas is getting shot out there, B. I ain't trying to go out there. Please don't let me go out there. That's all he could do. And the judge gonna be like, man, level 2 is weak, man. Shut your bitch ass up. Take your ass to Saudi Arabia. That's why I said it depends on.
That's why it depends on where it is. If they go to court in the UK, he ain't got a leg to stand on. But if they go to court in the US, he might find that one judge that's like, you know what, I see how this could make some sense. So you guys figure out which, you guys try to figure something out. That's the only way.
Yep, that's it. So be ready to see Anthony Joshua versus I'm about to call that nigga John Ruiz. Woo! Andy Ruiz.
Give him more credit than that, goddamn.
Yeah, he got more credit than John Ruiz. John
Ruiz would have went down in that third round. Fight would have been over.
I still don't know how he beat Evander Holyfield, bro, for that belt. I still don't understand it, but it is what it is. Be ready to see Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, December 7th in Saudi Arabia, bro, unless some miracle happens. All right, man. Next, your boy Tim Bradley, or as Bo likes to call him, Timothy Sadly. Matter of fact, look at. He licking his chops. Look. Bo, is there a piece of chicken in front of you? There's a big ass piece of chicken in front of Bo that got Bradley's big ass walnut head on it. That's what he's looking at right now. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead, Bo. Listen.
All right, man.
Timothy Bradley's understand this before we start. Timothy Bradley's a great guy. He's a hell of a person. Understand that before you say anything about my favorite guy. Go ahead, Bo.
Timothy Bradley is a company man to the fullest. This nigga shit top rank, goddamn. This nigga bleed ESPN.
Yeah, he do, bro. That motherfucker put his life on the line for Top Rank. What'd you say, Bob? I need to go to the hood and get shot so Top Rank can build? Bet I got you, dog. Anything you need, man. Anything you need.
This motherfucker pisses Bob Arum. Matter of fact, Timothy Bradley is probably the only brother that will go to the bathroom and pull his pants down to his kneecaps to piss and go all the way in the stall like, I want y'all. That's what
hell yeah. Tim, why you got your back arched like that? I have to move forward. I won't be able to reach it.
I lean too far back, my head's gonna. Timothy Bradley says Earl Spence is ducking Crawford. Now, outside of the fact that we can name the obvious, and because it's obvious, right? We can name the obvious. The fighter himself, Terrence Crawford, don't think that Spence is ducking him. But let's go into a deeper perspective. Now, mind y'all, this is the same Timothy Bradley that when the WBC ordered him to fight Earl Spence, he didn't take that fight. Now, some of y'all are going to say, oh, but, he was off the Pacquiao fight. Okay, but he didn't look to fight Thurman. He didn't look to fight Danny. He didn't look to fight nobody at fucking PBC. He over there fighting the motherfucking, who that dude he had that draw with? What's that motherfucker's name?
Who?
That guy that Bradley had to draw with him when Bradley was bitching about money.
Chavez.
Yeah, Chavez. He over there fighting the fucking Chavez's and all of that shit, right? And some of y'all gonna say, oh, but he fought Juan Manuel Marquez. Hey man, them motherfuckers weren't trying to fight none of them either. But my point is, this the same Timothy Bradley that when asked by a one by one reporter, would you fight the winner of Thurman versus Garcia? He said, why would I do that? He said, because you have 2 belts. What I need 2 belts for? More sanctioning fees? This the same Timothy Bradley that didn't fight Shane Mosley, didn't fight Oscar Hoya. These niggas was around doing Timothy Bradley era, right? I'm not saying I'm not knocking the dude.
He would have never fought Oscar De La Hoya though.
No, yeah, that's true. He never would have did that, right? But how do you say Earl Spence is ducking Crawford when your boss himself said the following? He said, I'm going to call Al after the Amir Khan fight. I'm going to call Al and I'm going to ask him about a Spence fight. Then after he did talk to Al, he told our affiliate in an exclusive interview that I spoke to Al Heyman and I can't reveal what was said.
Yep, I remember that.
That's what Bob Arum says, right? Yep. I also remember, and Prodigy, you remember this too, being on a conference call with Terrence Crawford and his team. And when someone went to ask about Spence, they said, hey, we're not fighting Earl Spence. Don't ask us about Earl Spence right now. We're not fighting Earl Spence. Okay? I remember that. I also remember the same Bob Arum that as soon as Crawford got to 147, he didn't look. At that time, there were 3. At that time, there was, I think, was there 3 people? Or it might have been 2 people or 3 people holding belts. He went for Jeff Horn. First fight was Jeff Horn. After winning the belt, the very next fight that we heard about was Jose Benavidez.
Yeah.
After Jose Benavidez, Amir Khan fell out the sky. Yeah. And then who did we hit? Kell Brook. So Bob Arums has not been mentioning Earl Spence. The only time he'll say something about it is when reporters ask him about it. If they ask him about it, he'll say something about it. But Bob ain't out there like it was with Pacquiao and fucking Floyd. He ain't out there beating the motherfucking drum for that. He ain't out there, calling out the horses. He ain't out there molding and scolding over and over and over and over and over and over fucking again about the fight. It's only when you say something to him about it. When you say something to him about it, what he say? Yeah, man, tell him to make the fight. That's what he said. Hey, yeah, tell him to make the fight. We know how Bob can get. They don't want to fight us. They need to make the fight. Like how he was after the Amir Khan fight. Oh, he was every motherfucking way with that shit. Yeah, he ain't doing that. But when the fighter himself says that he don't believe Earl is ducking him, then where the fuck does Timothy goddamn Bradley come off saying Earl Spence is ducking Crawford? And then, so let me get this straight. Earl, who after fighting Mikey Garcia, is fighting in a unification matchup against Sean Porter, who actually may fight in a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao might do it or whatever the case may be. But how the fuck is him fighting Sean Porter in a unification matchup, building his stock, building his brand, gobbling up all the belts? I'm going to say it one more time. Gobbling up all the belts because those are the easiest fights to make. How is that fucked up? Because when I look at Top Rank, I'm going to give y'all 175. They just made Beterbiev versus Gavazzi.
Right.
After that, you want to make the winner of that fight, the winner of Yard and Kovalov. And because if it's Kovalov, you can make that fight, right? Well, who the fuck are they leaving out? Well, they leaving out Bivol. Why are they leaving out Bivol? Well, Bivol's with DAZN. We can make more money fighting in-house. Then we can look to fight outside. That's the top rank. Go ahead.
Bivol a free agent. He had a 1-fight deal with DAZN.
Yeah. Okay, he's a free agent. So, hey, man, that's the top ranked motherfucking model. How many in-house fights top rank made building up they fighter before they look to outside to make the goddamn fight? But you want to talk to me, Timothy Bradley, about a motherfucker ducking somebody when the brand that you up here bleeding with your big ball rectangular want to suck Manny Pacquiao's dick ass has made multiple fights in-house. How many times you fought Manny Pacquiao? You fought Pacquiao so much that you became his bitch. Oh, I want to go to breakfast with him. You know, I mean, hell, I want to go to breakfast with him. I want to meet his wife. I mean,
that's accurate. I have nothing wrong. I have nothing to say, nothing bad about what you just said. It's accurate.
Yeah, that's what you did. That's how many times you fought Pacquiao. How many times did Marquez fight him? So to sit here and say that somebody's ducking somebody when you yourself, Timothy Bradley, know how this shit go. Like, I didn't hear you say that shit when a one Manny Pacquiao. I didn't hear you ever say Manny Pacquiao duck Spence. When Pacquiao put up that post asking people who should he fight, I know the Spence name wasn't on that motherfucker. I didn't hear you say, hey, Pacquiao ducking Spence. Matter of fact, I never hear you say Pacquiao was ducking Crawford when he was asked about that fight, and Freddie Rose said, we don't want that fight, but we'll go to 135 for Lomachenko. I didn't hear you say that, Timothy Bradley. Mm-hmm. I never heard you say that about the motherfuckers when they was under your fucking brand, bitch. I never heard you say it. But when it comes to Earl Spence, you can say that. Man, sit your punk ass the fuck down, dog. Like, for real. This is, all you simply got to do is say, hey, man, they need to make the fight. That would have been enough. But no, not Timothy Bradley. You got to show Massa I still's a good nigga. Fuck out here,
man. Yo, let me go to the chat. My man, God Claude Shango said, I have not been watching boxing long, but I've been watching long enough to remember he could have fought Spence and others at one point. And that's exactly what you said. You said they talked to him about the belts. And he said, what am I going to do with more belts? Pay, more sanctioning fees. You're absolutely right. That was when he ducked, or what you can consider him ducking, Errol Spence. And then shortly after that, he ended up retiring, right? My man, unbiased or biased boxing talk. He said, what did Spence say in front of Manny? Sean Porter could wait. I'll fight Manny. So Spence did the same thing. See, the situation there is Errol Spence was looking for the bigger fight in Manny Pacquiao, right?
Manny Pacquiao also was he was holding the belt too, though. He wasn't no belt.
He was holding the WBA regular belt at that time.
Yep.
But to me, he was looking for the bigger fight. The regular belt probably would have got him closer to Keith Thurman if he would have fought Manny Pacquiao. But there's no telling if Keith Thurman still would have took that fucking fight. The WBA super champion doesn't have any mandatories, right? They're not obligated to have to fight the WBA regular title holder ever. You see what I'm saying? So
that Floyd did that shit. That's what Islam Lotto was mad about.
Exactly. So I mean, it could have got him closer to that fight, but ain't no telling if Keith really would have took it. There would have been a heavy pressure on that nigga though. And be like, man, Errol Spence got the WBA regular title. Why you not fighting him? You know what I'm saying? But who knows if he would have took it. And then my man, he took my talking points because you were talking about cross promotion. I was gonna talk about Top Rank and DAZN. He mentioned Maurice Hooker, Jose Ramirez, Vasily Lomachenko, Luke Campbell. I even mentioned fucking Top Rank and PBC. You got Terrence Crawford and fucking what's my guy's name? Felix Diaz, right? Top Rank, John Molina Jr. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but. Here's a situation with Timothy Bradley, bro. Timothy Bradley goes with what narrative he's being paid to push at that particular time.
Exactly.
Why do I say that? Well, there's evidence of it, right? So in May of 2018, Tim Bradley was out here talking about Vasily Lomachenko is the greatest fighter alive. This is after he defeated Jorge Linares, right? Well, almost a year later, 11 months to be exact, without Terrence Crawford actually fighting anybody of note besides Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez, literally a week before he was getting ready to fight Amir Khan, he said, Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in the sport. Well, wait a minute. I thought it was Vasily Lomachenko just a year prior. Vasily Lomachenko since then has been seeking to be the undisputed champion at 135. Meanwhile, Terrence Crawford has been in a predicament where he's trying to get the biggest fights possible at welterweight, but he's being frozen out. Therefore, he's being forced to fight whoever top rank feeds him. And at that time, it was Jose Benavidez in his last fight. A fight nobody was really calling for. You see what I'm saying? The only reason why there was some type of intrigue on that fight is because of the beef that those two got into whenever Terrence Crawford told that nigga, hey, man, we can go outside. Right? Mm-hmm. And then they were going to fight at one of the media day workouts. They were going to fight. Then I believe it was the weigh-in. Jose Benavidez pushed him and Terrence Crawford acted like he was going to punch him and missed him on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All those things happened, built up the intrigue of the fight. But when the fight was announced, nobody was calling for that shit. And the reason why it happened is because it was already mapped out before Terrence Crawford even got to 147. He was to face Jeff Horn. That's the whole reason why Top Rank had the 3-fight deal with Jeff Horn, right? After with Manny Pacquiao being part of that deal. They said, okay, you beat Manny Pacquiao. We will co-promote your next 2 fights. The next one was Gary Cochran. And then it was fucking Terrence Crawford. It was set up that way. That's why they did that. So we got the WBO belt immediately at 147. Then they said, yep, Jose Benavidez is next. It was immediate, bro. You see what I'm saying? So it was already mapped out for Terrence Crawford. But then when they got to Amir Khan, it got to a point where it was a shortage of opponents. So what, in my opinion, Terrence Crawford is number 1 pound for pound, if you ask me, right?
Yeah.
He's number 1 pound for pound. But here's the deal. Timothy Bradley didn't say that a year prior, and if you look at the situation, Vasily Lomachenko has done a little bit more in terms of what have you done lately, right, than Terrence Crawford did from that time forth. So how is it that you changed the narrative, you know what I'm saying, when Terrence Crawford didn't do that much more? He had just fought fucking Jose Benavidez. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So how do you change the narrative like that? I'll tell you why. Because Top Rank, there's a situation where right now, they are pushing for Terrence Crawford to be that top dude. Right now. Why? Because they don't want fans to leave Terrence Crawford. Right?
Right.
Because they understand the situation that he's in when it comes to PBC and them locking down the welterweight division. So any promotion for Terrence Crawford right now is what they need, bro. Vasily Lomachenko's good. They don't need to keep pushing Vasily Lomachenko. No. Shit, he's getting ready to be an undisputed champion at 135, right? He went over to fucking to London in the O2 Arena to fight Luke Campbell, right? Mm-hmm. And I even add one to the cross promotion. Anthony Crolla was another one that was cross promotion. But anyway, he's going over to the UK to fight Luke Campbell. That fight is sold out. Sold out today. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. They don't need to keep promoting Vasily Lomachenko right now. He's already got, he's at the pinnacle of his game right now in terms of popularity and what he's doing. But Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, he's losing popularity. Why? Because he's running out of fighters. You see what I'm saying? He's in a division that's being locked down by PBC, and PBC is freezing the nigga out. Yeah. So now they need extra promotion on Terrence Crawford. That's why the narrative changed, bro. You see? And that's what Bo was talking about Tim Bradley being the ultimate company man. You see? See, listen, man. What Cassie is for P. Diddy is what Tim Bradley is for Bob Arum. See, when you're a new artist and you're getting ready to sign for Bad Boy, guess what P. Diddy does? Hey, Cassie, go over there and suck his dick. That's real talk. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? The industry knows Cassie is the bottom bitch for fucking P. Diddy, right? Yeah. When he wants new talent, and they're men and women, both, shit, they be on that gay shit too. Hey, Cassie, go over there and lick his balls real quick, man. We need this guy to sign. That's exactly what it is. That's what his Top Rank is doing this to Tim Bradley. Hey, Tim, we need you to push this narrative. Make sure at the next fight, where you're analyzing everything with Andre Ward, make sure you say this. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on right now, B. You know what I'm saying? He's pre-configured to say certain things in the media. And right now, he's ducking Terrence Crawford. Because we need everybody on board with Terrence Crawford, right? While PBC has control of the division. And remember, Crawford came out on his own and said, hey, what y'all talking about? There is no other side of the street. See, normally a fighter would be like, yeah, man, shit, and all the niggas on the other side of the street, they don't want to see me, man. Everybody ducking me, man, because they over there on PBC. You know, they holding down everything, man. They ducking me because they on the other side of the street. Actually, normally that would help him. But in this case, why did he do the opposite?
Yeah.
Because he wants to make it look like it's all on them. You see?
Yeah,
That's
of
why.
course.
That's why he's like, there is no other side of the street. If they want to fight, they'll fight. So it puts it all back on them. And Tim Bradley, what he's saying, it puts it all back on them. Terrence Crawford, I really believe he believes that Errol Spence is not ducking him. Terrence Crawford believes that it's the promotions. That's his problem. That's what he thinks the problem is. He thinks it's Al Heyman and Bob Arum. They're marinating the fight. He knows this. He knows it's business.
Well, Bob Arum himself even said that, which is something else that kind of gets to me. Like cats are saying, are forgetting. Bob Arum once said, and I remember when Bob Arum said this, he said Spence versus Crawford is this generation's Ray Leonard versus Hearns. You have to let that fight build. You need 2-3 years to let that fight build. That's what Bob Arum said.
Sure did. He said that 2 years ago.
Yes.
Getting ready to be 2 years ago. He said in 2018. So, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's already come out. And you can always go back and check videos and shit, and you'll see some of the things that have been said prior that might jog your memory about what's really going on, you know, in the business side of boxing. It's all about analyzing what these people say. You know? That shit, they're going to say certain things. You got to be smart enough to be able to pick up on it, analyze it, and understand the true meaning. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the fight is marinating. You know, both sides understand this. You see what I'm saying? They almost came to an agreement for, I believe, August or September of this year, actually. This was months ago when they almost came to an agreement for September. And then, you know, instead, Errol Spence went with Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Which, in my opinion, was a smart move because it allows him to become a unified champion under the PBC banner, and they keep all the money in-house.
Yeah, which is what Top Rank is known for doing.
Which is Top Rank. Nigga, all of them.
Doing it.
All of them are known for. The only ones that don't do that, Bo, are the niggas that can't afford to do it, like Banner Promotions. You know what I'm saying? The only ones that they can't do. You know, fucking 360 Promotions. They can't do that. They have to venture out because they don't have the fighters. Let me say this: they don't have enough fighters, and the fighters that they don't have the prestige level to be able to keep it in house and keep all the money. They don't have that luxury. But the bigger promotional companies like Top Rank, Golden Boy, right? PBC is not a promotional company. It's a fucking banner. But, you know, promoting happens under the sheets, obviously, right? In the background, behind the curtains, right? So they all have the luxury of having enough fighters and the prestige within the fighters that they have to keep these motherfuckers in house. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Frank Warren does it. Matchroom was doing it over in the UK. You know what I'm saying? They all do this shit, bro. Exactly. Virtuoso said weak stables have to co-promote. Exactly. Banner Promotions.
Well, that's the reason. But hold on, though. That's the reason why, if you look at what happened with Maurice Hooker and Jose Ramirez, they had to co-promote to make that fight. Why? The WBSS took a bunch of the other guys.
Yeah.
So they had to go promote to make that fight.
Well, in order for Hooker to even come, I mean, I was actually surprised, and I think the reason I wasn't surprised. Let me say this: the reason why Top Rank said, "Yeah, put on the zone, put on the zone." I think they did that because they knew Jose Ramirez was gonna get in that ass, bro.
Oh, most definitely. Definitely. Listen, top Rank is smart. Bob Arum don't make fights where he don't feel his fighter got a over 50% chance of winning.
Yeah. And that was the situation. He said, fuck it, go ahead and have it on the zone. We don't give a shit. We coming back with the belt anyway. You know what I'm saying? But look at Rock Nation. That's who Maurice Hooker is co-promoted by as well. He's with Matchroom and Rock Nation. Rock Nation, they gotta co-promote niggas. Tekin Promotions, if they want any type of exposure in the USA, they gotta co-promote, right? They had Roman Gonzalez. What happened? In order for Roman Gonzalez to get the spotlight that he ended up getting, they had to co-promote with Golden Boy Promotions. Right now, Tekin has Naoya Inoue What's going to happen when Inoue knocks out Nonito Donaire in the first round of their fight? You know what I'm saying? They're going to co-promote with Top Rank.
Top Rank.
Yeah. So that's how this shit works.
3 Kings, we already reported. Naomi Inoue after the tournament might be going to Top Rank to fight.
Nigga, I don't even think we said might. We said will be. Because Bob Arum said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Arum came out and said it. So I think we said he will be. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, shit, at the end of the day, man, it's agenda pushing. That's all Tim Bradley's doing, and he's paid to do it. So, a lot of these people, fanboys, for example, they love to hear shit like this. And the reason why they love to hear shit like this is because it may be something positive for the fighter that they're fanboying for and fangirling for, right? But at the end of the day, y'all got to understand, he's under the Top Rank banner. He's paid to do breakdowns and analysis for Top Rank and ESPN. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can only take what he's saying with a grain of salt because there's a lot of bias that precedes what he's saying. I mean, he might as well say, hey, y'all know I'm biased, right? But this is what I think. That's what he should say.
And that's the thing that killed me is this. As a fighter, when you've been in that position, because there's a few comments I'm going to address, but as a fighter, when you've been in that position and you know how it works, you shouldn't allow yourself to be used in that fashion.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me mad about Timothy Bradley. You're a fighter who's been in that position, dog. When you could have fought Spence, you chose to fight Manny Pacquiao. Why? It was the bigger money fight, in-house fight. Well, the same thing here. It's Errol Spence, bigger money in-house fight Sean Porter. Bigger money in-house fights Manny Pacquiao. Why not make those moves, then look to fight outside? Mm-hmm. And when you was in that position, that's what you did. You did that. So as a fighter and you've been in that position, it upsets me that you don't have to do that. Why are you allowing yourself to be used as such?
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me about what he did.
Well, here's the deal. Tim Bradley had been used ever since he defeated Manny Pacquiao the first time.
Very true.
Or at least the one time. Excuse me, I said the first time. The one time, right? And the reason why he was used is because he didn't like the fact that the fans didn't like him. And the fans were calling his house, sending him threat messages and shit, you know, all that shit. That's why he fought Ruslan Provodnikov the way that he did. And he said it. He said, hey, man, I felt like I had to show the fans that I can be exciting, too. You dumb motherfucker, you almost died in the ring trying to be exciting, nigga.
Right.
You know, so that was your first indication that Tim Bradley is a pushover. He's a guy that you can literally attach some strings to and just control this nigga. You know what I'm saying? That was your first indicator right there. It was when he fought Ruslan Provodnikov. Because the fans treated him like a puppet, right? So when the rematch was announced with Manny Pacquiao, it was all about him being a puppet. That's what it was. Especially the third one. His whole demeanor changed, Bo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, compared to before the first fight, the nigga was like, nigga, fuck Manny motherfucking Pacquiao, nigga. I'll fuck that nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Tim Bradley's the baddest motherfucker on the planet. That's how he was before the first fight. After the first fight and before the second one, it was, well, I think I could have lost the first fight. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao's a legend, man. I'm just honored to be in the ring with him. Oh my God, did you see his footwork? Oh my God, did you see his, oh my God. That was before the second fight. Nigga, the third fight was just straight up dick sucking, nigga. I won't even act out what he did before the third fight and after the third fight. I'm not even gonna act it out. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker was giving up that extravagant fellatio, bro. That nigga was giving that Heather Hunter, B. That motherfucking Linda Lovelace, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Extravagant dome. Fuck out of here. So he was already on that shit, B. You know? And we're just seeing it transition over to him being a fucking boxing analyst now. My man Kashad is in these streets.
In these streets. We got the little nigga in the house.
Hell yeah. Let's move on, man. Next.
Yes.
All right, man. So we got your boy Regis, man. Listen, man, I'm torn on this, B. Now, the news is, he said, Nigga said, hold up, nigga. Hey, you know they got that delay. They got that delay. He said he was happy than a bitch. Yeah, nigga, in these streets. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Oh, wait, what? Little nigga.
Hey yo, I can see Kashad now. He like, yo, man, these my boys. What that nigga say?
Yeah. Oh man, that's fucked up, man. But I'm torn on this shit because, listen, man. Let me say this: the news that's out there right now is that the WBSS and Regis Prograis have basically they're gonna sit down and talk about the situation. You know, Bo has talked to Regis Prograis I don't know how many fucking times. You know, they have a relationship that goes beyond journalist and boxer. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, he's got a good rapport with Regis Prograis. He could text Regis Prograis, and Prograis will give him some information on whatever he's asking for. So everything's good there between those two. And Bo will tell you that Regis Prograis, while he is a prize fighter and he understands that he's a prize fighter, Regis Prograis he wants to solidify his legacy. That is huge with him. You know what I'm saying? So with him actually filing the lawsuit against the WBSS and subsequently dropping out of the WBSS, he is still willing to hear what they have to say. He's willing to come to a sit down and come to some type of agreement between the two again, even though they didn't agree to 3 provisions of a single agreement. You know what I'm saying? 3 provisions that the WBSS did not adhere to in a contract that Regis Prograis signed with them, right? He's still willing to give him a 4th chance. Shit, actually, this is the 5th because he was going to pull out before he fought Kiro Relic. You know what I'm saying? This is the.
And that was for the. Was that for the title?
WBA regular.
Yep.
Yeah. So he was just a WBC silver champion at that time, right? The WBA regular title was on the line with Kiro Relic. So he's giving him a 5th chance to be able to come out and say, all right, we fucked up. But we're going to do everything right this time, I swear to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's the situation there. Aspect revenge, yeah. Josh Taylor, they all had the same problem, but Josh Taylor was less vocal about it. The guy that was vocal about it in the semifinal was Ivan Baranchyk. Actually, Baranchyk dropped out and then came back.
He actually did drop the fuck out.
So it was actually Ivan Baranchyk that was all in the media talking about, you know, basically doing what Regis is doing now. But the only thing he didn't do is he didn't file a lawsuit. But he did drop out of the tournament. But the reason I'm torn here is this. I really want to see this fucking fight, bro. This, to me, is the most anticipated fight besides Crawford Spence, in my opinion, for me, as a boxing fan. Not a fan of any boxer, as a boxing fan, a fan of the sport. And a media pundit within the sport, right? So I want to see this fight. I want to go to this fight and sit ringside with credentials and cover this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that. But on the flip side, I understand where Regis is coming from. You know what I'm saying? 3 beta males in the building. That's what's up. I understand where he's coming from, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't hate on a man that wants his paper, fam. I can't advise Regis to be like, hey, man, just be patient. They'll get it right. I can't advise that for him. I can't go to Regis and be like, dog, why you tripping, fam? Damn, nigga. It's just an escrow account, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That shit sounds stupid, don't it, Bo?
That sounds stupid as fuck.
That shit sounds stupid as fuck. Yeah. For you dumb niggas out there that don't know the whole purpose of an escrow account, it's insurance. It's reassurance, actually. It's basically saying, hey, this is the money you're going to get now, right? Go ahead and get, this is what you're going to get now. Then this much will be sitting in this account for later. And then this much will be sitting in this account for after the fight.
Any nigga that don't know that has never purchased a house or.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
Nigga, you ain't never attempted to purchase a house if you don't know that shit.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's reassurance, man. The nigga basically didn't get his reassurance. So he's like, well, shit, they might, try to rob a nigga. They might try to catch a juke or something. I ain't fighting for beans, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say anything to this man about that. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, man, I want to see this fight. And also, this is the negativity that's going to come back from this. People are already saying he's ducking Josh Taylor. Dumb motherfuckers that don't understand business are saying that he's ducking Josh Taylor, right?
Right.
So what's going to happen is a guy that was seen as the best junior welterweight out there after Terrence Crawford went to welterweight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that was seen as the best junior welterweight that didn't even hold a major title, B. He was holding a WBC silver title. What the fuck is that?
He was.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't even have a major title, and he was still upheld by the general boxing consensus as the best fighter at 140. Even walked into the WBSS as the number 1 seed, even though there were
the favorite to win.
Even though there were 2 fighters in the tournament that had belts. You know what I'm saying? He was
1, Taylor was 2. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, he was 1. Yeah, Taylor didn't have a belt either. Right.
The top 2 niggas wasn't hold the belt.
Yeah. Shit, Kira Relic had the belt. That nigga was like number 4 or some shit, bro. Yeah. Ivan Baranchyk ended up the IBF champion, right? I don't even remember what fucking seed he was. I don't remember. But the point is, that's how much Regis Prograis, that's how much buzz he had, right? Now with this move and people saying that he's ducking Taylor, it effectively moves him to the 3rd spot in the division, bro. He's Jose Ramirez is number 1. He's the unified champion.
Automatically. Gets number 1. That's automatic.
Number 1. But then they're saying he's ducking Josh Taylor. So now the pendulum is going to swing. People are going to support Josh Taylor now. I just told y'all earlier in this podcast, fans are fucking finicky. They're fickle, right? What happened yesterday? All right, I like that guy now. That's boxing fans, man. You know what I'm saying? So now the pendulum fucking swings, B. So now Josh Taylor's the 2nd guy in charge. Then it's Regis. You see what I'm saying? So that's the backlash that he gets from this. But at the same time, I don't think he would give 2 fucks about that, because he could go out there, back out of WBSS, win some more meaningful fights, and then get put right back at number 2. He'll still be behind Jose Ramirez until he fights him, or until Ramirez loses to somebody, right? So he can still pass up Josh Taylor. I don't think he's too worried about that. But at the end of the day, bruh, it's still something to be wary of. But I can't fault the man for wanting his money, man. What do you think about this, Bo?
Hey, man, it's upsetting because of this. And like my man Prodigy have said, I've interviewed Regis, and I asked Regis specifically. I said, I think it was who was it that was fighting Josh Taylor? Was it Baranchyk?
In the semifinal, yeah, Ivan Baranchyk.
Okay, when he fought Ivan Baranchyk, and I asked him, I said, man, who would you prefer to fight, Ivan Baranchyk or Josh Taylor? Regis said, I want Josh Taylor because he's the best fighter in the tournament, and I think the best fighters should fight each other. That's what he said.
I was on that interview.
Oh, that's right. You sure?
Yeah, because I told him, I said, Josh Taylor's a bad motherfucker, and he said, yeah, he is a bad motherfucker. That's why I want to fight him.
Yeah, exactly. He said, yes, he is a bad motherfucker. That's why I want to fight him. And he even said, listen, the boy is real. I ain't gonna even lie. He's real. And now Regis said, he ain't gonna whoop my ass, but shit, the motherfucker's real, right? Yeah. Yeah. So for me, this move, if you're trying to say he ducking Josh Taylor, you obviously don't know Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis has said the reason why he fought the dude that Terrence Crawford fought to become undisputed, Dungo, Julius and Dungo. He said he wanted a former world champion next. I want a former world champion next. When they told this motherfucker, all you do is knock people out, you don't box. He went out and got a fighter that's known to be a boxer, a top-rated fighter known to be a boxer. I think it was Diaz. He went out and got it. That's why I want to fight. This dude prides himself. Maurice Hooker was a champion, and he said something about Reed. Reed said, hey man, what the fuck is you, man? Don't be saying my fucking name. Remember that?
Yeah,
shit?
I remember that shit. He said that on that interview too.
Yeah. He said, man, don't be saying my fucking name.
Yeah.
This is a dude that pride himself on fighting the best fighter. We even asked him, hey man, after you conquer 140, what's up? He said, I'll go to 147. I said, who are you willing to fight? He said, man, I'll fight anybody, but the fight I would want is Crawford. He said that. This is the dude that pride himself on fighting the best fighter. So if you're saying this dude is ducking, you don't know who this cat is.
Don't forget, he also said that he would like a rematch of an amateur bout against Errol Spence as well.
Sure did. That's right. I forgot about that one. He said that too.
Yep.
He said, so this is a dude, dog, that prides himself on fighting the top guys. He stays in shape. But at the end of the day, this is also a guy that, remember, going 5 fights without getting paid. He talked about that shit. I had to deliver phone books and pizzas, okay? Because he went 5 fights without getting paid. This is a dude that remember living in a broken down studio apartment with mold in it with his wife and 2 children.
Yep.
He remembers shit like that. So Regis Prograis is one of them. Regis Prograis is one of them dudes that me and 2K talk about. He's an alpha male. And alpha males, when you make an agreement with us, you better fucking keep it. We don't like you breaking your word with us. If you make a deal with us, you gotta fucking keep your word. And Regis Prograis is upset because he's not a dude that likes being relegated to lawsuits. He'd rather get you in that ring and win, right? So this isn't something that he's cool with. He don't want to file no lawsuit. He just want to fight. Hey man, give me what you promised me and let me fucking fight. Okay? I gave y'all 3 installments. I didn't have to give y'all no 3. I could say, no, I want my money now. He said, fuck it, man. Give me my money in 3 installments. As long as I get my money. And I'm willing to fight. So I feel bad for him because you have, like you said, you have cats out there. and people got to remember, this is also a dude that was supposed to have fought Jose Ramirez, but Bob ain't worked his magic. And he even said, hey man, Bob is a powerful guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you sure did. Yeah.
Now we can't tell y'all what the nigga told us off air, right? But just know that on air he said, hey man, Bob is a powerful guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So, I remember that.
But he also said, but it is good. Let him build himself up, and that way when me and him fight, it'll be worth even more. So he even understands the business side of it. That's why he took hey man, pay me in installments. Give me 3 installments. That's why he took that. But at the end of the day, ain't no alpha male, ain't no fighter of that caliber is going to allow you to continuously fuck them over and give them nothing in return but your word and your promises, especially when you done broke them. So I feel I'm with you, Prodigy, man. I want to see the fight. That's really what hurts me is I want to see that fight, man, because that is probably, like you said, the biggest fight that we'll get to cap off the year that's not Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Well, I mean, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford ain't going to happen this year. So, in my opinion, that is the most anticipated fight of 2019.
Yes, it is.
In boxing, it's number 2. But in 2019, it's by far number 1. That's the fight I want to see, bro.
Exactly.
You know
exactly. So I hate this. I hate cats is trying to use that, push that narrative agenda against Regis Prograis, because if there's one dude that don't deserve that, it's this cat right here, man. You name anybody out there. Dude, if Deontay Wilder was in Regis Prograis division, he'd be looking to fight that motherfucker. That's the type of dude he is, man. So
yeah. Let me go to the chat real quick, man. My man Aspects Revenge, he said, but with Broner trying to talk up smack to get a big fight to avoid going through the gauntlet of the lower ranks. Basically, I guess he's trying to ask, what do we think about that? Is that a situation where, and we talked about that in the last podcast, Adrian Broner basically just running his mouth, trying to get big paydays and shit before he walks up out of boxing. The situation with Broner is he's always going to be highly marketable because of his antics.
Yeah.
Fans will never, ever, ever get tired of seeing Adrian Broner get his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So whenever Adrian Broner's in a fight, they're going to watch it. If it's a fight they feel like he's going to lose, 10 times the fans are going to come watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, dog, it's going to take that one fight with Adrian. And if listen, Right now, if I'm Adrian Broner, I'm not looking to fuck with Regis Prograis. I might get killed. This dude is pissed the fuck off. Nigga ain't got his money. You talking about some fighting motherfucker that we talking three payment installments of $500,000. That's $1.5 million. You talking about a motherfucker that's been missing out on $1.5 million. You get in the ring with that motherfucker? Shit.
Exactly, bro. My man Virtuoso said, this is serious business. I need my direct deposit in writing. Regis Prograis is letting them know he ain't a fucking layaway fighter. Exactly, nigga. 100%. You ain't gonna put Regis Prograis on layaway. Hey, remember layaway, nigga? Yo.
Hey, motherfucker. I wish they had that shit around right now.
Bro.
Hey, sweetheart. I'd put my wife ring on layaway if they had that shit right. Giving the rings off the mannequins, then after the wedding, we get the real shit.
I remember moms used to have shit on layaway like crazy, nigga. She had birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, nigga. Everything was on fucking layaway at the beginning of the year, dog.
Yeah, and then hold on, wait a minute. Then they fucked up with them, like you said, the payment installment, which is, well, if you give us half, we'll let you put it on layaway and you can take it with you.
Hell
yeah. That fucked up the game real bad. That really fucked up the game.
Shit. I remember
only thing motherfuckers wasn't doing on layaway was groceries.
You remember Kmart, nigga?
Yeah.
I remember Kmart had the best layaway policy, bro. They had the best one.
Kmart gave you 10 days with no extra late fee charge.
Exactly. Walmart was over there on that bullshit, but Kmart, they had the excellent policy, bro. Little niggas won't know what we talking about, man. If you was born in like 93 or some shit, you don't know what we talking about.
You don't know what the fuck is going on over here.
You don't know what we talking about. All right, man. My man Aspect Revenge, he said, see, if they ain't paying him and Broner trying to talk his way into a big fight, I guess he's still talking about Broner. The possibility of Regis Prograis, if he drops out of the WBSS, he'll most likely go and smash up Adrian Broner. I don't think that would happen next. Adrian Broner's trying to fight Ivan Redcash, and he needs a fight like that because the motherfucker's what is he, 0-2-1 in his last 3?
Shit like that. I think he might be right. Yeah, he might be 0. Well, he hasn't won.
He hasn't won since Adrian Granados.
Was it Granados? Okay. Yeah, because Regis said, and bitch, barely won that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that video. Yeah. But he almost, because a lot of cats were saying Granados beat him. I thought he won it, but a lot of cats were saying that Granados won that fight. Let's see. Jeff Boxer said, boxing fans suck ass. Let's be real. Hell yeah, they suck all kinds of shit.
Yeah, man.
My man Mike Wilson in the building. 3KINGS boxing. He said, fighters always got to look out for themselves monetarily. WBSS messing around with Regis in terms of not abiding by the escrow agreement. Don't blame Regis for filing suit. Absolutely not. I can't. Absolutely. You can't blame him for it, dog. He said, are the same folks who now claim Regis is ducking Taylor, do they remember when Regis was #1 for Ramirez's belt and Ramirez was not initially keen on fighting Regis? Yeah. And that's what you already covered. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, listen, man, there's a narrative. Anytime they can shit on a particular fighter, they will do so. They don't care about the Ramirez situation. And nobody actually even talked about that, bro. We asked Regis about that on the interview that I was on with him. And we asked him about that. What's the story behind it? And he gave us the rundown. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of motherfuckers didn't care about that. They don't care about that. But when they get an opportunity to talk shit about a specific fighter, then that's when, hey man, anything, that nigga shit the wrong way. What kind of shit was that nigga? Was it hard or was it mushy? Oh, the nigga shit was mushy. It was mushy. You know what I'm saying? You were like, nigga, well, Jose Ramirez's shit was mushy last month. Nigga ain't about Jose Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? Oh, double standard ass having motherfuckers, man. That's how it is.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of cats don't want to do the research. They want to fuss, moan, and complain and push the agenda, but they don't want to do the research. Because if you actually do the research, then you can't push your agenda. Yeah. And that's the problem. Yeah. Like, we don't have an agenda. Why? Because we are doing the research. Well, we are the research, motherfucker. We are the research, yeah. You get the research from us. We don't have an agenda. Like, right now, if you ask me, do I think Timothy Brad should be in the Hall of Fame? I'll tell you yes, most definitely. Hell yeah. Even all that shit that I said, I said, oh yeah, most definitely.
Isn't he a 5-time champion, 2 divisions, light, junior welterweight and welterweight, 5-time champion.
Because my comments about him is about what he's saying after being a fighter, going through the same thing that Spencer's going through. But it has nothing to do with his career. Same thing with Oscar De La Hoya. If somebody was to come on here right now and say, man, Oscar De La Hoya, he never fought. He never fought no names. I'd be like, you out your fucking mind. I don't like Oscar De La Hoya. You out your fucking mind. Exactly. Felix Trinidad, motherfucking, you said Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley. The fuck is you talking about here? Fernando Vargas, what the fuck you talking about? This nigga ain't never fought nobody. Ike Corte, really?
Yeah.
See? Because we are the research, so we don't have an agenda. But when you are unwilling to do the research, that's what makes it easy to push your agenda, because you can go with the first narrative that matches what you want to say and push, and you can ride that motherfucker till the waves come on.
Absolutely. My man Virtuoso said, Adrian Broner is a slippery punching bag, and I'm being fair. Yeah, man. Broner, it's sad what happened to Adrian Broner, man. You know, you really thought Adrian Broner was going to be somebody, bro, when he was at 130 and 135. You know what I'm saying? But like I always say, when he skipped 140, went to 147, that was it. Like when we saw that in 2012, that was it, bro. You know
Adrian Broner, I saw the slippage in Adrian Broner when I think Floyd was on the that thing on HBO that the what was that 24/7.
24/7, right.
And Floyd was I think he was gonna fight Miguel Cotto. And Adrian Broner came into Floyd's camp with a pot.
That nigga had that vest on, nigga, with no shirt on underneath.
Oh, man. He came in with a pot belly. He had been touring with rap videos with Lil Wayne and them and shit.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I heard, he was going to be fighting Adrian. He was going to fight Marcos Maidana. I remember telling Bernard at that time, I said, Adrian Broner is going to get his ass whooped and the nigga might be done. Because he let himself get out of shape. That told me this nigga is not serious about boxing anymore. He bought into the character Adrian Broner instead of the fighter Adrian Broner.
Exactly. My man Jordan said Penny, he said mushy. He talking about the shit. He said get Vada in here. Hey, that's some kind of shit Jarrell Miller be taking, man. That nigga be filling the toilet up right now. All that shit that nigga got in his system, bro. Yeah. Jeff Boxer, this is the last one I'm going to take on this one. He said, Jeff Boxer said the writing was on the wall in the Ponce de Leon fight with Adrian Broner.
I agree with that.
I don't know, man. I don't agree with that.
I agree with that. I think in that fight you saw. I think in that fight you saw enough to say if this dude don't be more serious, he could start slipping.
Nah, because he was beating ass after that. He beat the shit out of Antonio DeMarco after that. I mean, I know Eloy Perez ain't nobody, but he whooped his ass. He beat Gavin Reese. He beat. His best win was, let's just say this, his best win was after Ponce de Leon and Antonio DeMarco. So, no, I think the writing on the wall was when he fought Paulie Malignaggi. That's when because Paulie Malignaggi isn't even a pressure fighter.
I forgot about that. You're right.
He's not a pressure fighter. He's actually the opposite of what Ponce de Leon is. And in my opinion, he still lost to Paulie Malignaggi. You see what I'm saying? I thought that was a fucked up split decision they gave to Adrian Broner. I had Paulie winning that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think I had Paulie winning by a couple rounds, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, Paulie was actually outboxing Adrian Broner. I mean, the punches, it was like my kid punching me, but that's not the point. The nigga was still scoring points. You know what I'm saying?
I give you that.
That right there was the writing on the wall for me when, in my opinion, he lost to Paulie Malignaggi. All right, man. Next! What we got next, bro? So, I wasn't going to touch on this, man, but I want to touch on it, man. And
hey, man, shit, nigga, speak your truth.
Yeah, I put a bunch of topics on here, but we definitely not going to cover all the topics I put on here. We're going to probably go live again, maybe later or maybe tomorrow, something like that, to cover all this shit. Maybe I'll do a video or something, I don't know. But so I want to touch on Robeisy Ramirez, though, man. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't Robeisy Ramirez a 2-time gold medalist? I know he beat Shakira Stevenson.
Yes, he did.
2016. Didn't he?
And I think he beat Michael Conlan, didn't he?
No, he didn't fight Michael Conlan in that one. No, Michael Conlan lost to Vladimir Nikitin.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking
in
of.
2016. No, he beat Shakur Stevenson in the final. But it wasn't he. I believe he got a gold medal in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. Yeah. I think he's a 2-time gold medalist in the Olympics. But point being is this: Robeisy Ramirez, and this is why Top Rank picked him up so fucking quickly. They're like, yo, this is another Cuban. This motherfucker's a bad motherfucker. You know the guy that we getting ready to get a title shot at featherweight right now? Yeah, that nigga with the fucked up hair and the big ass mouth. What's his name? Shackle, Shakur. Yeah, that's his name. That nigga. He whooped his ass in the Olympics. We need to sign this motherfucker. So as soon as Robeisy Ramirez defected, and I think Top Rank actually helped him defect. You know what I'm saying? But they helped him defect, and the agreement in order to help him defect was you sign with Top Rank. Well, that's not much of an agreement. Robeisy was like, yeah, please, I'll sign with any fucking body if I can get to America. You know what I'm saying? So defects, signs with Top Rank. Everything I'm saying is alleged, right? Right. Thanks, Aspects. I knew it. I figured it was 2012, dog. Appreciate you. But he defects, signs with Top Rank. Top Rank thinks they got a golden nugget at bantamweight, right? But he goes out there this past weekend and looks like straight camel ass, B. Just dookie. I mean, a variant of Demetrius Andrade's nickname. You know what I'm saying? A fucking synonym of Demetrius Andrade's nickname. That's what the fuck he looked like. And I try to tell cats all the time, a lot of people were happy about Robeisy Ramirez. I was like, yeah, bet. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. You know, he came in, you know, he defeated Shakur Stevenson in 2016, made the nigga cry and everything. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But I still got to see what he does as a pro.
Yeah.
Right? David Price, Olympic bronze medalist. Look at him.
Yeah.
Ollie Harrison, Olympic gold medalist.
Ollie Harrison, yeah.
Look at his career. David Reed, an Olympic gold medalist. Look at his career. I could keep going, bro. What's the guy that beat Mike Tyson? Wasn't Tony Tubbs. Who the fuck was it that beat Mike Tyson in the qualifier? You supposed to know this, Bo. You're an old nigga.
Shit.
I want to say it was Tubbs. I want to say it was Tubbs, man. Help us out, chat. I want to say it was Tubbs, man.
I know. Call the Truth Williams used to give him trouble in sparring all the time.
Yeah, he used to fuck him up in sparring, but that's.
Yeah, I can't. Damn.
I think he lost to Tony Tubbs, man. If I'm not mistaken. Henry Tillman. Thank you, dog.
There you go. Yeah, Henry
Tillman. That's who. I knew it was a T. Henry Tillman, right? Now, Henry Tillman was serviceable. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, B. Marsh.
B. Marsh in the building.
Yes, sir. He was serviceable. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't pan out the way that they thought he was going to pan out. You see what I'm saying? There's a bunch of amateurs. We could keep going with this. Shannon Briggs. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pan out. I mean, he got his ass whooped by my man, what's his name, dog?
Savin.
Yeah, Felix Savon. Yeah.
Yes. Felix Savon knocked him out.
Yeah, knocked him out, right? But that was in the final.
That motherfucker's resume got a lot of that.
But that was in the final, though. You know what I'm saying? So they, Shannon Briggs was highly touted at that time. They thought that nigga was going to make some fucking noise. Zhu Shiming, exactly. My man Amnat Ruarong whooped that ass. I was happy, bro. Amnat Ruarong whooped that ass, nigga. I was happy, bro.
What's that dude's name? His name, I think his last name was Gonzalez. The motherfucker beat both Lennox Lewis and Rick Bowe in the amateurs, and they ran that nigga over in the pros. It was some Gonzalez, man. The nigga had the
no.
So his hair folded back up on top of his head.
Juan Carlos Hernandez, wasn't it? Or Juan Carlos Gonzalez?
It was something like that. Yeah.
I know y'all talking about, man. Is Juan Carlos Gonzalez or Juan Carlos Hernandez? Heavyweight.
I think it was Gonzalez. It was Gonzalez. I remember that shit, though. Yeah.
And then your boy, the Cuban heavyweight that was supposed to be really good.
That killed that guy in the ring. He defected to Ireland, and he killed that one dude in the ring.
Nah, man, he got knocked out by Vitaly Klitschko in like the second round. It was like a big. Everybody was talking about the fight. They were like, "Oh my, Alain Solis." There it is. Just came.
Okay.
Allen or Solis. I beat you to it, Jeff. I beat you to it. But help me with the other one, Jeff. Was it Juan Carlos Hernandez or Juan Carlos Gonzalez?
I think it might have been Juan Carlos Gonzalez because I remember Gonzalez being his last name.
Yeah. All these guys were excellent fucking amateurs and highly touted going into the professional ranks and didn't live up to shit. Allen or Solis pissed me the fuck off. Gomez. Allen or Solis pissed me the fuck off, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Did too.
That was supposed to be a bad motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? And he just went out there and laid an egg and then just started taking L's all over the place. Right? So he pissed me the fuck
boy
off.
Is starting to get like that too. Felix Diaz.
Oh yeah. Who'd he lose? Did he lose recently?
No, but I'm saying after Terrence Crawford, it's kind of been happening to him.
Yeah, who'd he lose to after Terrence? I saw his box record a while ago. He lost to somebody after Terrence. I just can't remember who it was. But yeah, Felix Diaz. I mean, Felix, when you win an Olympic gold medal, dog, it's almost certain to boxing pundits that you will be a champion one day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who's you might not remember this guy's name because he's from Japan, but Mike Wilson, man, help me out. He was on the undercard of Ryota Murata versus Rob Brandt too. And remember, he was at super bantamweight. He had defeated Isaac Dogbe in the amateurs, I believe, twice. You know
I can't think of this. I can't think of this fucker's name.
And he defeated somebody else. I can't remember who the other guy was, but it was somebody else. Maybe like a Miguel Burchell or somebody. I can't remember. But he beat somebody, another champion, a current champion right now in the amateurs. So they were like, yo, this motherfucker's the goods. And then in that fight, he got the dog shit beat out of him by a dude from the Philippines. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got the dog shit beat out of him. You see? So, again, there's a bunch of fighters that Francisco Sanchez, John Harden, right. I don't know if that's his name, if that's the guy, aspects. I'm not sure, but it was the guy I'm talking about is a Japanese guy. I can't think of his fucking name, man. But there's a lot of guys that come into the professional ranks, highly touted amateurs, had an excellent amateur pedigree, just can't translate it into the pros. It happens to a lot of these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And Robeisy Ramirez is just one of those guys. Now, again, we've seen plenty of guys in boxing that lose early and turn things around, right?
Mm-hmm.
First two boxers that come to mind, Juan Manuel Marquez. He lost his debut fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's now going to be a Hall of Famer eventually. Bernard Hopkins lost his debut fight.
There you go.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? You know, Tevin Farmer was at one point, I think the name was like 7-4 or some shit.
It might not have been his first fight, but I think in his first 3 fights he took a L, and that's Jorge Linares.
He lost to, I'm not sure if he lost. I can't remember. I know he lost early in his career. He had back-to-back losses. I know Sergio something. Sergio Gonzalez or somebody beat him, knocked him out like in the first round or some shit like that. So, I mean, yeah, he had some early losses in his career. I mean, but there's a lot of them like that. Charlie Edwards, current flyweight WBC champion right now. He lost early in his career. Lost to, can't think of the guy's name right now, but it's like 3 names. Not Rosales. That's the guy he beat. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but lost to him early in his career.
Christopher Rosales. I remember that fight.
Yeah, he beat Rosales because Rosales beat my guy Dago Higa.
Diego Higa.
Yeah. He beat my guy Dago Higa and shit. But I mean, there's a lot of guys. Miguel Burchell. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Lost early in his career. There's a lot of guys that are able to overcome this and they've become world champions. All the guys we named were fucking world champions or current world champions right now, right? So it's not something that Robeisy Ramirez, Casemiro, thank you, sir. Man, Aspects is the shit. Hey, man, Lawrence Williams, bro, you better get in here. Somebody taking your spot. You better get in here, Lawrence Williams. Yeah, he lost to Casemiro early in his career. Exactly.
Sure did.
So, you know, Robeisy Ramirez shouldn't go back, hang his hat, say, fuck it, man, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. My career is over. Nah, man. You lose this fight, you don't even got to fight the guy again. You know what I'm saying? You just fight the motherfucker later. You know what I'm saying? Or you just fight other guys, you know, right now to build your resume. And then you take it one step at a time. You move up to another prospect. You move up to contendership, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Top Rank has money invested in him. They're going to move this nigga real slow, B. Real slow. I don't know who he fought last weekend. I didn't cover the fights. I had a dinner party that I was at. So, you know, shout out to my man Cheetah Head, who's just in the building, a.k.a. Bakari Simpson, lead journalist. He covered it. And my man Big Cool, a.k.a. Jarrell Fletcher. They covered the fights this weekend, so all the recaps on 3 Kings Boxing. I didn't see the fights, though, right? So I don't know what record the guy had, none of that. But all I know is, from this point out, Top Rank is going to have to move Ramirez as they were moving Kell Brook early in his career. Remember, he fought the motherfucker that was like 6-84 3 times?
Yeah.
Wasn't they like Paul Butler or some shit like that? I don't remember.
I don't remember his name. But I know you talk. It was something Barnes, I think it was.
Some whack nigga. Nigga was 6-84. Look.
Like
and each time Kell Brook would fight him, the motherfucker would have 10 more extra losses. So the first time they fought, the nigga was 6-64. Second time, 6-74. Third time, 6-84. You know what I'm saying? No. So they need to move Robeisy Ramirez like that right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. My man B. Marsh said Mark Too Sharp Johnson lost his second pro fight. Exactly. You're absolutely right, man. Jeff Boxer said, I heard from a guy in Robeisy's gym, his training was dog shit. He was saying he was only sparring amateurs with 3 to 10 fights. Well, look, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. We'd have to research that and find out. But he needs to go over there to the Mundo gym, if that's the case. Because they'll get him right over there. You know what I'm saying? Pedro Diaz will get him right. You know what I'm saying? So that's where most of the Cubans go any fucking way. If he's not already at Mundo gym, that's where he needs to go. Straight up and down 100%. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, like I said, he shouldn't hang his hat, man. It was a bad situation, but he could definitely overcome it, man. Definitely overcome it. All right, man. Next.
Well, my man Mike Wilson found the fighter's name. His name was Jorge Luis Gonzalez.
That's the guy heavyweight?
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about, the heavyweight that really beat Really Boy and Lennox Lewis in amateurs, and Bo ran him the fuck over in the pro.
Yeah, he wasn't shit as a professional, man. I know it's so fucked up. I don't remember the nigga name. I just know it's Puerto Rican. I know it was JCH or G. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how bad it was. I remember my pops was telling me about him and shit. So, but yeah, he never panned out to be nothing. But all right, man, we're gonna move on to the next one, man. And this might be the last one, man. I don't know. It depends on how I feel after we talk about this one, man. So the best choice for Billy Joe Saunders. So word is he's going to Matchroom. Now,
okay.
Bo, I'll let you handle this one, man. Is that a good move? Is that the best choice for him, Matchroom Boxing?
See, it depends on what he's trying to do.
Fight.
Because if he's
trying to fight the big fight.
He's trying, and that could probably be the problem. If he's trying to fight the big fights at 160, or you trying to fight the big fights at 168.
Okay.
But in any case, any situation, now if you're trying to fight the big fights at 168, no, Matchroom is not. Matchroom isn't where you want to go, because if you look at the landscape at 168, that has actually slowly turned into something PBC is having, because you got both Caleb Plant and David Benavidez right there.
Right.
So if you're going with Matchroom, it's questionable. You'd have to wait to see if one of them guys is going to cross promote with you. So that's questionable after they're done doing their thing. Now, if you're talking about 160, then yeah, you go to Matchroom, because that's actually the only way. If you're talking to get Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, yeah, that's good. And then maybe just see the thing that upsets me about this is you was with Frank Warren when you was about to fight across the aisle with Matchroom when you was gonna fight fucking Demetrius Andrade.
Yeah.
And then when that fight fell through, you could have revisited the fight, but you went up to 168 to snatch, you know what I'm saying, to grab that free belt. So if he's saying, hey, I'm gonna go back down to 160 pounds, then Matchroom is good. But at 168, no, man. No, I don't look at 168 and think that you going to Matchroom at 168 is gonna work out for you, unless you talking about, because think about it, you holding the belt. You ain't got to even be with Matchroom if you're trying to get a big fight with Callum Smith. That could happen. So you ain't got to go to Matchroom for that. Well, you have to go to Matchroom if you're trying to be undisputed because, again, you got Jose Benavidez and Caleb Plant. So me personally looking at it right now, I would have to say, no, it's not good because unless he's talking about going down to 160, that's the only way I can see this being beneficial. But then again, it's not promised you'll even get those fights at 160 because Andrade is with Matchroom right now, and he can't get either GGG or fucking Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
All right? And Canelo Alvarez ain't even talking about nobody at 160 or 168. He talking about a nigga at 175 in Kovalev. So, no, man.
I think it's the best move for him regardless. Listen, BJS is a premier fighter. Now, whether you like him or not, he's a top-level fighter.
I agree with that.
A top-level fighter is not going to go sign with star promotions. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're either going to be a free agent or they're going to sign with one of the 3 big promotional entities after leaving one big promotional entity, right? Top Rank, 4 big promotional entities. Top Rank, Golden Boy, PBC, Matchroom Boxing, right? Now, when you look at all of those promotional entities, Top Rank, for example, if Billy Joe is going to fight at 160, Top Rank has no leg at 160.
Yeah. Well, shit, what leg they got at 168?
Well, I'm going through it. Their only leg left 168 went to 175. Vacated his title. Gilberto Ramirez. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they have no leg at 168. Now, the good thing about Top Rank is they're willing to do big fights in co-promotional events, right? Cross-promotion. They're willing to do that. But there's no guarantee that you get those big fights. Look at Terrence Crawford right now. So I wouldn't advise him to go there. Premier Boxing Champions. Okay. At 160, they got Jamal Charlo, excuse me. Right? If Jared Hurd ever moves up to 160, which he's talking about doing after this rematch, if he loses to J-Rock, right? They got him. At 168 is where they got a leg, though. They got fucking 3. They got 3 of the 4 champions, right? Anthony Durrell, Caleb Plant, and what's the other one? Oh, no. They got 2 of the 4 champions. I'm sorry.
They got 2 of the 4 champions.
So they got 2 of the 4 champions, and then they got the best non-champion in the division.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Who's the WBC champion?
Anthony Durrell.
Oh, man. It's David Benavidez, man.
Yeah, that's true.
David Benavidez, man.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, they got the best non-champion who's probably going to be the next champion at WBC and David Benavidez. Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. Yeah. I mean, that's automatic. You know what I'm saying? That's automatic right there. But, you know, they got a leg at 168, excuse me, right? But the best leg, Golden Boy ain't got shit, so they niggas.
Stop. Yeah, Golden Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you talking about fighting in LA fight nights and shit, they ain't got nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? They just got Canelo. That's it, right? And so we leave them niggas out of it. So what's left is Matchroom. Matchroom has a deal with DAZN where their fighters get featured on DAZN, right? They've got the possibility of working with trying to get Callum Smith fight, right? That's a possibility. But the 2 fights that Billy Joe Saunders has been yelling for over the last 2 years are with DAZN. And that's Canelo and fucking Gennady Golovkin. And then with a cherry on top, you got your get back with Demetrius Andrade, who will be actually under your promotional banner in Matchroom. So they got the best opportunity for Billy Joe Saunders if he's looking to get a couple of big fights before retiring. They got the best opportunity. Now, my man Weed Degree said the news tomorrow is not the signing of Billy Joe Saunders. It's going to be Chris Eubank Jr. I'll be mad as fuck if it's Chris Eubank Jr. because that's not a big signing. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn talking about big signing tomorrow. That ain't no big fucking signing.
That ain't no man. No, man. Signing Chris Eubank Jr. like signing my son. He never boxed. Nigga ain't never boxed like signing my son, nigga.
Yo.
That's like 3 Kings Boxing said, hey man, we got a new rider we picked up from underneath the underpass. welcome our new writer in the 3 Kings.
Nigga, that's like saying, yeah, nigga, we got a big signing. Bermain Stavern, welcome to the team. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? The fuck out of here, bro. Nigga, I'll tell you, bro. Niggas going, if he does that and it's Chris Eubank Jr., it's going to be one of those situations where everybody's like, huh? Oh. Everybody going to do that, nigga. In unison. Oh. That's what they going to do. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Might as well sign Chris Eubank Sr. then, nigga.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Might as well sign Senior, nigga. He a better fighter still. To this day.
Oh, shit.
He a better fighter. Yeah, man, Eric R. said like the Lakers signing Austin Rivers. Man, get that shit out of here.
Get that shit
exactly.
out of here.
Oh, man, but at the end of the day, let's just say that's not the news. Then Eddie Hearn needs to be vigorously pursuing Billy Joe Saunders because he has all his ducks in a row with the deal with DAZN and who he has on Matchroom as well, and his deal with Golden Boy. He's got all his ducks in a row. He's got everything Billy Joe Saunders needs, right? So the last thing he would want is Billy Joe being a free agent or signed with somebody else. He needs to vigorously be going for Billy Joe Saunders. So we'll see what happens, man.
See, my only question with that is, you look at Andre, and Andre can't get those fights.
True.
So how do you get Billy Joe to get those fights? And then on top of that, hell, Billy Joe had a chance to fight GGG, but they were like, no, fuck that. They let Canelo punk him. That could happen to him again. So that's,
I agree with you.
I agree with what you're saying is that's the best option if you're free. Listen, if you're a free agent, you're right. You don't sign with no Rudy Poo bullshit after coming from. And then quite honestly, this is not to knock Frank Warren. I think at this part of Billy Joe Saunders' career, he, like you said, he needs more exposure to get those big fights. And DAZN, despite how you feel about him, they've been able to turn the careers around of a Tevin Farmer and a Demetrius Andrade. So
absolutely,
I definitely understand why that's a plausible thing to do.
Absolutely. All right, man, we're gonna do this one more, man. Last one, real quick. Which one do I want to choose, dog? Damn, I'm gonna say that one. I'm gonna say that one for later. So Teofimo Lopez, man, he's one fight away from, well, 2 fights away, well, 1 fight away from getting that opportunity, right? Of course, the WBO just ordered Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Comey. Now, here's the deal.
Was that the WBO or IBF?
WBO, IBF, I'm sorry. Damn, why the fuck did I say WBO, nigga?
I don't know why. Because you're thinking about Billy Joe Saunders, that's why.
Maybe that's what it was. I also had not Josh Warrington, Shakir Stevenson in my head, too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I was thinking of Shakir Stevenson and fucking Yoet Gonzalez. That got ordered by the WBO, but my bad. Yeah, IBF. So, IBF title. They ordered it. Teofimo Lopez looked like shit. I want to say, what was the last dude's name? Nakatoni or some shit like that? Something like that. I can't remember the last guy he fought. Tall, Japanese dude. Very rangy. Excellent jab. Excellent right hand that kept stinging the fuck out of Teofimo Lopez. Well, here's the problem. Yep, I had it right. Nakatani. I know my shit. Nah, his first name.
Glad he made up for that IBF slip up. That's what that
I know,
shit
right?
I got it, nigga. I got it.
I was going to say, look, now the motherfucking first name, I got no fucking idea, bro. Off the top of my dome, I have no idea what his first name is, bro. Hell nah. But look, here's the deal. The right hand kept stinging the fuck out of Teofimo Lopez, right? Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, Richard Comey's best punch is what? The straight right hand. Richard Comey can throw that bitch at close range or mid-range. He can step out and throw that bitch at a distance, have the same kind of power on it. Actually, it's more power from a distance because he has full extension on it. You know what I'm saying? He has Richard Comey actually has faster hands than what they say his name was, Masayoshi Nakatani. He has faster hands than that guy. He sets up combinations better than him. He has better footwork than he does, right? He has more power than he does. Is this a tough fight, dog, for Teofimo Lopez also? With Lopez chasing the fuck fuck out of Vasyl Lomachenko. Listen, Vasyl Lomachenko is that fine bitch that you just been wanting to fuck since your freshman year, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you work so hard to work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You be in the gym. You be killing it, nigga. Now now it's your senior year. You a big nigga. You know what I'm saying? You the star player you play football, I play basketball, right? You the star player on your respective sport. And she finally might give you some pussy. But she says, on one condition. You got to do something that might be the hardest shit you ever do before you get this pussy. And that's the situation Teofimo Lopez is in. And he fuck around and look beyond what's in front of him, trying to get to the Lomachenko fight. And he might make some mistakes, but beyond that, is this a tough fight for Teofimo, man?
Yes, it is. It's most definitely a tough fight. And here's one thing that I think you have to understand. They gave him the Nakatomi fight because they want him to fight a taller, rangier, longer ranger type of guy to see what he can do, right? But what makes this fight tough for me is you're also talking about a Richard Comey that has a vast amount of experience on the championship level. And we saw that firsthand when the title was on the line. We saw that in that fight. What Richard Comey did in that fight, I said, oh, he went to another level.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
absolutely.
I remember the Shagaev. I remember the motherfucking Robert Easter. I'm not having that shit no more. And that's what that motherfucker learned from. And we saw that in that fight. That's why when he came at it, because I remember we was at the fight. And, we was covering the fight. And I remember Prodigy was like, yo, man, the way he stood up in that corner, yo, dude looked pretty determined. Knockout. Oh, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
He put the boop, 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 boop. So, yep, that's it.
Yep.
So you also have to, Teofimo also have to deal with a guy who knows how to use his range. Nakatomi didn't know how to use his range properly. He was allowing Teofimo Lopez to get inside. Richard Comey is not going to allow him to do that. So he knows how to use that range. And like you said, he's way better at setting up his punches, and his footwork is better. And something else that Teofimo going to have to deal with, Comey is very good as using his offense to make up for his lack of defense. He knows how to use that offense to make it look like he's one of those fighters that he uses just enough offense to where it looks like when he does something defensive or he does something slightly defensive, it looks like a brilliant defensive thing. But no, it's just he knows how to take that half step back. He knows how to pump that jab as he steps back to keep you off balance. So he knows how to use his offense in such a way it makes up for whatever that lack of defense that he doesn't want to display. So he has a lot he's going to be faced with. This is not a mentally weak fighter either in Richard Comey. That's another thing. Like, he's not coming in awe of Teofimo Lopez. He don't give a fuck about Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, right.
The fucking care less about you, right? Because at the end, what you have to understand is Comey himself want that big money prize with Lomachenko. Now, he let his people talk him out of it. They like, oh, no, hold on, man. Man, we'll go back to the hood, you know what I'm saying? Go get you some of the motherfucking hoes, get some of that good ass motherfucking Ghana fellatio.
Yeah, boy.
No, don't take this fight don't take it just yet. Not just yet. And he did that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be very, very hard and very, very tough because Comey brings something to the table that a young Teofimo Lopez has not seen. And I didn't like, from a mental standpoint, Teofimo Lopez, I'm not saying he's mentally weak, but I'm saying you could clearly see him in that Nakatomi fight. You saw the wheels turning in his eyes on, okay, what do I do? You can't be thinking like that against a Richard Comey, because while you're thinking, he's doing. And that could be the downfall in that fight.
Well, my only problem with Richard Comey is, and I know you said he doesn't have, I think you said he's not mentally weak, right? I agree to an extent because he was mentally weak, in my opinion, against Denis Shafikov. You know what I'm saying? The Denis Shafikov fight was after he lost to Robert Easter Jr. And that fight, Denis Shafikov is not a walk in the park for anybody.
That's true.
He gave Rances Barthélemy, and this is the older.
I thought he won that fight.
This is the older Francis Barthélemy, not the new version you seeing today, the older one. You know what I'm saying? The one that fucked up Argenis Mendez. You know, had that nigga hanging over the ropes and shit. That one. You know, Denis Shafikov gave him a handful of trouble, right? One of the first fights of 2015 where I lost my fucking voice for like the next 5 days after watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yelling at the screen, telling fucking Francis Barthélemy to get the fuck out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Denis Shafikov is the 135 version of Ruslan Provodnikov. And it's funny, they're both from Russia. I know they trained together. They are a carbon copy of one another. Provodnikov is just bigger than him. One division bigger, actually. One division bigger. You know what I'm saying? So he's exactly that at 135. Now, these days, Shafikov has taken a couple L's, I believe, since beating Richard Comey. But when they fought, he continuously backed Comey up against the ropes. And Comey didn't know how to judge distance in that fight. He was basically getting steamrolled. The jab wasn't working for him. He couldn't set up the straight right hand. Why? Because he wasn't given an opportunity to think. It was too much pressure. And he never adjusted. All right? So that's why I had Shafikov winning that fight. I thought the judges got it correct. You know what I'm saying? I believe Teofimo Lopez could possibly do the same thing. Now, if Comey is a better fighter than he was against Shafikov, well, that remains to be seen. He's only fought Ray Beltran, and I'm not looking at his box rate, but Ray Beltran and the cat that he beat to get the title. I can't remember the guy's name. He's from like
I can't
Italy
remember the guy's name. Yeah,
France
I remember. That's right? The dude that proposed to his wife after the fight too.
Yeah, and I still to this day want to know if she's. I want to know if she married him, bro. That nigga put her on the spotlight. Of course she gonna say yes after you just got your face put into the mat, nigga. She ain't gonna say no. I'm Chaniev. Take that G out. Chaniev, yeah. Isa Chaniev, that's his name. Isa Chaniev. Of course she gonna say yes. Right? I mean, as soon as they got backstage, she was like, look, honey, I'm sorry. I need a real man.
Can you get your eye? Your eye is falling.
It's on me. Stop it. Get it off of me, Issa. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. My man Roberto Sopina put $2 on it. He said, keep it up, B. Appreciate you, man. You know what? I'm about to start trying to go live every day now. Fuck it. If I got time, I'm jumping on this bitch, man. I like talking boxing.
Jumping on this bitch with you. I got a brand new phone, too. I'm going to download Skype.
Yeah, I like talking boxing with y'all, man. We got some, we don't get too many views. I blame that on YouTube. I think YouTube is suppressing my views because I've seen this shit plenty of times. On one screen, it's this amount of views, and then I move to another screen, and the views have decreased by 100. I've seen that plenty of times. So I think they're suppressing our views and shit, but it is what it is. I think the turnout that we get are real boxing fans, not whack niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm thinking about the aspects. I don't know, man. I'm not sure, because that makes people pay for that shit. Twitch make you pay for it. I want people to donate when they want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to charge people for content. But we'll see, man. I don't know yet, man. We Degree say you deserve more views, realest boxing analogy breakdown in the game. Appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you, man. Both of us, man. Me and Bo. Real talk. But I forgot what I was saying.
You was talking about Comey issues
Comey.
with Shaka.
Yeah, I was in the middle breaking that down. So I think Teofimo Lopez can possibly apply the same kind of pressure, but Teofimo Lopez isn't like a Denis Shafikov. He doesn't fight the same way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez is a boxer puncher that applies moderate pressure. He applies what you would call intelligent pressure, right? He's an effective aggressor, right? Denis Shafikov at times can be applying ineffective aggression. You see what I'm saying? You can stand outside and outbox Denis Shafikov and move laterally. You can do that. Same thing with Ruslan Provodnikov, right? But Teofimo Lopez is more of an effective aggressor. You see what I'm saying? And he picks his shots very well. He's very accurate to be only, 21 years old? Very accurate fighter. Picks his shots very well. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only difference. But I think Richard Comey will be able to get the opportunity to think fighting a Teofimo Lopez. So it's going to be a chess match. Who's the smarter fighter? That's what I think it's going to be. I ain't going to say who wins. I just think it's a hell of a tough fight, dog.
We're going to say that when the fight is officially announced.
Yeah. I think my man Aspects Revenge said Teofimo Lopez getting knocked out. He said that earlier in the chat. I don't know, man. Hey, who?
I don't know, fam.
Listen, Erickson Lubin was running through niggas, right? Erickson Lubin had me picking him. Your boy Prodigy was in these streets. Telling motherfuckers, hey, y'all better not sleep on Lubin. He about to beat Charlo. And that video had a lot of views and a lot of likes. Niggas trusted me. Motherfucker went out there and got knocked out in the first round, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, it wasn't.
Hold on, man. Wait, don't you hate that? When you put that kind of faith in the motherfucking dog, and they just disappoint you.
Yeah, I did it twice. I did it with Rigo Loma. I said, don't sleep on Rigo.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, yeah.
That video got like That video got like 6,000 or 7,000 views. A bunch of likes on that hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Where you said this gonna be the easiest fight for Rico.
I didn't say that, nigga. That's a lie. I did not say it's gonna be the easiest.
You did.
No,
nigga.
I did not. You got me mixed up with some fucking casual. Cut it out, nigga. Ain't nobody say no goddamn it's gonna be the easiest fight for Rigo.
Nigga, I'm trying to get people to go
Nah,
goddamn.
Nigga, don't do that, nigga. Don't do that. You got me looking super stupid, nigga. Hell nah. I ain't gonna sacrifice my dignity, nigga. You got me looking super stupid, nigga. Hell to the nah. But nah, man, like that. I hate when that shit happen, man. But listen, like I said, Erickson Lubin ran through everybody, and look what happened. Same thing can happen to Teofimo Lopez. So we'll see, man. I don't know.
It's a good fight. I can't wait.
I can't wait to see it either, man. Real talk. All right, man. We gonna get the fuck up out of here. Hey, real talk, man. I'm serious. I'm about to start going live, man, every day, where I might do a video and just upload this shit like how I used to on Prodigy of Boxer Talk, man. If you're new to this channel, or if you haven't watched some of my old videos, go check out the old format, how I used to do things, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Shit was real back then. Shit was real. That's when a nigga didn't have 3 Kings and I didn't have all this time invested in the website. I had a lot of time, bro. Shit was real. My man Jeff Boxer said, I put $300 on Walters to beat Loma. Damn! Oh, damn!
That's why I'm laughing.
Damn,
That's
Jeff!
why I'm laughing.
Damn!
I know you was pissed the fuck off when you did that.
Jeff! Hold on, man. Hold on. Jeff! Did you not see when they announced the fight? They were interviewing Nicholas Walters. And that nigga was like 276 pounds, man. You didn't see that? And then they announced it prematurely, too, because... not prematurely, I'm sorry. They announced it late because I remember he didn't have a full training camp for the fight. Bob Arum just brought his ass off the shelf because he was on like a almost a year layoff, right? And he said, man, get off the shelf. You're going to fight Loma. And then they announced that I think he only had like a 6-week training camp. And he was like 362 pounds in that motherfucking interview. Nigga's face was all fat and shit. Yeah. Jeff, you didn't see that, bro?
And that shit was done. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. When I saw that interview, I was like, oh, man, he about to get fucked up, bro. This about to be easy work for Loma. Nicholas ain't ready. There's no way he was going to be ready on a year layoff. Coming into the interview, this nigga still had Cheetos on his breath. The nigga had salt and vinegar Lay's on his breath, nigga, while they were interviewing him. You know what I'm saying? There was no way in less than a 12-week training camp he was going to be ready for the likes of a Vasyl Lomachenko coming off of a year layoff. No way.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga came into the interview smelling like chitlins, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remember when Elvis, before he died and shit, that nigga tried to make a comeback, nigga had that gut and shit?
Yeah, dog.
That nigga shirt, He tried to pull his shirt over his gut and it wouldn't go over, nigga. That was Nicholas Walters.
The buttons was like
them hoes are stretching like this, nigga.
yeah.
That nigga shit.
You ever see that fat motherfucker with that tight shirt? The buttons be like that buttons be all stretched out.
Exactly, bro.
The belly be poking through the seam and shit.
I'm telling you, man. Bro. Oh, man, that was Nicholas Walters. Heavily overweight, bro. That's crazy, Jeff. Damn, dog. My man GM Strong put 2 on it right at the end. Appreciate you, man.
Everybody that made a confession, I got to make a little confession too, man. I did a dummy too, man. I picked Bruce Shelton to beat Mike Tyson.
Why the fuck would you do something that stupid, nigga?
Because Shelton had that jab. He had a jab.
Bo. Bo. And let me give you some context, nigga. I was in the 7th grade, and I knew Don King was not gonna let Bruce Seldon beat Mike Tyson and fuck up the Holyfield fight. I knew that. You was in your 20s, nigga.
Late 20s too, nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, I think I was damn near in my 30s, nigga.
He fought Bruce Seldon, what, 96, 97?
Okay, yeah, late 20s, almost 30, yep.
I was in the 7th grade, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I knew Don King was not going to have another Buster Douglas on his hands, man. Yeah. Damn. Nigga, that's worse. That's worse than me saying Anselmo Moreno's the next Floyd Mayweather.
I said that shit. I'm like, oh man, Bruce got that jab, and we all know a jab get Tyson in trouble. I was like, oh, that jab. He had a fast. I was looking. I said, oh man, look what he did to Joe Hip. Then when Tyson said in the commercial, he made Joe Hip face look happy. I was like, oh yeah, that motherfucker.
I'm telling you, bro.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I almost pulled a beta male move when he lost. I was sitting at home with the phone in my hand, debating should I call in sick that week because I know the niggas was waiting on me. I know the niggas was waiting on me, dog.
Oh, man.
My girl at that time told me, you better take your ass into work and take that shit out.
Hell yeah. Look, my man Weed Degree, he said, we have all made fucked up choices. I had Amir Khan beating Canelo.
Oh!
He said, even with the chin issues, I thought his speed would prevail. But look, hold on. That's not a bad pick because Amir Khan was beating him. You know what I'm saying? Not a bad pick. Amir Khan, I had Amir Khan up. I believe he got knocked out in the 7th round. I had Amir Khan up 4 rounds to 2 or 5 rounds to 1. I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a bad pick, actually, Weed Degree. That dumb motherfucker got caught in the pocket. That's what happened. Just like he did against Danny Garcia. Same shit.
Stayed in the pocket too long.
You know? Shit, just like he did against Terrence Crawford when he got knocked down in the first round in that fight. Sitting in the pocket. He actually
in the pocket too long.
He actually got turned around and Terrence Crawford ended up behind him and then snuffed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
hell yeah, Terrence Crawford got an assault and battery.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually not that bad of a call, man. Like, I give y'all one more bad call that I made, man. I said the man they called Left Hook was gonna beat the dog shit out of Joe Calzaghe. I said, man, and I was a little nigga. Nigga, y'all gotta cut me some slack. I was like a sophomore in high school, nigga. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm man, Jeff Left Hook Lacey, nigga, that's Mike Tyson Jr., nigga. He about to go to this. Where that nigga going? Weeds, nigga, Wales, nigga. Nigga, what place is Wales, nigga? What the fuck is a Wales, nigga? He about to go over there and fuck this nigga up. 12 rounds to 0. Jeff Lacey. Nigga was the other way around. It's the other way around. Plus he had a knockdown. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Now that I was big on Jeff Lacey. Now, this is before I was a pundit. I was just watching the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big on Jeff Left Hook Lacey. I thought he was going to be that next dude, man.
No, I knew he wasn't going to win when the fight he had previously before that, he had fought this cat who had finally went up to his natural weight. He struggled with him, but the thing that got me was this nigga didn't go over to England until 2.5 weeks before the fight. I said, nope, he's not winning.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, man, I got to look this dude up because I know what you're talking about. Because hold on, man. As soon as I see his name. Because he got a weird name, bro.
Yeah, and I remember that shit. And I said, damn, he struggled with this dude a little bit here.
Sid Vanderpool.
Yeah, because I remember Frank Thomas was at the fight.
Sid Vanderpool. Yep. Yeah.
He struggled with that cat.
I mean, he knocked him out, but he had a little bit of trouble.
No, but he only knocked him out because what happened was Vanderpool was against the ropes, and he was throwing bombs, and he threw 5 bombs, and one big one landed, and the ref jumped in.
I remember
watching that fight. Yep.
I remember that.
That's why I tell cats, man, don't just look at boxing. You got to research, because if you, he knocked him out. No, you got to go back and watch that shit. Yeah. He was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, Sid Vanderpool was whooping his ass.
Yeah, remember that.
Corey said Khan always had horrible feet. Yeah, he only moves forward and back. Amir Khan can't move laterally to save his life. You know what I'm saying? When he does, he's like sidestepping. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the fuck got Amir Khan in their gym when he was young, saw his fast hands, and decided not to work on his footwork. That makes no sense.
Footwork, head movement.
Yeah, head movement should be everybody's first thing, right? I mean, I teach my son and my daughter head movement. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But, I mean, at least if you're not going to work on head movement and he's a boxer, fast-ass fucking hands, fast-ass combinations, at least work on his footwork. God damn. That should be the next thing then if you're not going to fuck with head movement. But it is what it is, man.
Corey said he Alexander beat Uncle Timmy. That's not bad, though. That's actually not that bad.
Nah, that's not that bad. I didn't pick Devin to win that fight, but that's not that bad. I had Tim Bradley beating every goddamn body. I wanted Tim Bradley to I wanted Tim Bradley to fight Floyd Mayweather in 2009. Everybody was talking about Manny Pacquiao. I didn't want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Floyd. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. For all the fuck-ups that I always had, or that I had back then, the one thing I didn't fuck up on was Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. I said back then, when Manny Pacquiao was whooping everybody's ass, I said Floyd Mayweather is a bad style matchup for Manny Pacquiao at any point in his career. It doesn't matter when he fights him. Pacquiao could be on some damn Incredible Hulk type of shit. He's still going to lose to Floyd Mayweather. Bad style matchup. You know what I'm saying? So
counterpunchers give Manny Pacquiao all kind of hell.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to see that fight. The fight I wanted to see was Tim Bradley and Floyd Mayweather in 2009. And that was when Bradley was calling out Floyd, saying that he wanted to fight Floyd. I wanted to see that shit, bro. Big time. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
That's not as bad as our boy who was high on Amir Imam. Remember that dude that was high on Amir?
Oh, yeah, that nigga, dog. I tried. Now, at this point, so I've been a boxing enthusiast, since, like, being able to break down exactly what I see, probably since 2004. I'll say then, right? That's when something clicked, and I was able to use my amateur experience and be able to use my damn IQ. Yeah.
I'm laughing because you're absolutely fucking right, dog.
Yeah.
You might have been watching it for years, but your ability to break shit down isn't. I didn't get as good as I got until until I want to say around about going into my second year of my amateur career. That's when I was able to watch fights and break them down.
I didn't do no breaking down while I was an amateur fighter, man. Not at all. Not until I went back into the amateurs when I was 27. You know, it wasn't Golden Gloves, but it was like a club boxing thing. They had tournaments and shit with other fighters and shit, and they would put that down as your amateur record if you won or lost. You know what I'm saying? I was 27 years old, but by that time, you know what I'm saying, I was already an analyst at that time. You know what I'm saying? So 2004, I was 19, 20 years old. That's when I was fucking breaking shit down to a T. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the situation with Tim Bradley, going back to him, I didn't think anybody had any smoke for Tim Bradley at 140 or 135. Not at all. You know, not Lamont Peterson. When he beat Junior Witter, I was like, nope, nobody's fucking with him.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. He went to the UK and beat Junior Witter. I was like, nobody's fucking with Tim Bradley. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it is what it is. All right, man, we about to get the fuck up out of here, man. Y'all done drug us an extra 27 minutes. We're going to get the fuck up out of here. Y'all already know what to do, man. 3KingsBoxing.com. Visit for the latest and greatest of boxing news, boxing information, as well as interviews. Also, go to Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. If you got a Twitter account, just go follow us, man. At Twitter, or at Twitter at 3KingsBoxing, excuse me. Instagram at 3KingsBoxing. Facebook.com/3KingsBoxing. New time on this podcast. Mondays, we are going to try to start at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That's 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. That is 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific. And then in the UK, that's fucking 12 o'clock. I believe, 12 a.m., right? On Thursdays, we're going to try to start at 7. So move it up 1 hour because that nigga Bo is over there with the white man telling him what to do. He can't leave work until... Hold on. That motherfucker can't leave work. So we got to move the podcast time up because he can't leave work. Nah, but yeah, Thursdays is going to be 7 o'clock. So stay tuned for that. Also, man, stay tuned. We coming back, man. I'm about to bring this channel back. I'm about to build this channel again like I used to, man. Back in the day, I used to get a hell of a lot of views, man. And then I went quiet. Now we just do the podcast on here. Not too many views. So we're going to try to build this shit back up, man. So stay tuned. Look for videos on this channel. All right? But until then, we out this bitch.